Hi guys, welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV, and it's the live watch along for the Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur massive game at Old Trafford. In my opinion, I don't know, I'm not going into this with a lot of hope. Like, I don't feel like, other than like the 6-1 and then the 3-0 where Lucas Moura scored a hat-trick at Old Trafford, I don't think our record there is great. And even when we've got our kind of absolute first team out, we always seem to find a way to lose. It's got scripts written all over it, this game, but I'm not here alone. I'm here with Marlon from Southview Coys. Marlon, how are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling quite confident, and I shouldn't be, because I've been quite negative all week, and I've been like, and then up until the last couple of days, I've been like, and I just saw the Man United started lineup, and I was like, if we're gonna be changing, if we're moving forward, this Man United team we should not be scared of.
Yeah.
I think we've got the players to get the result. I do think that, and now that I've seen that our back four who it is, when you go through it in a second, I'm more quietly confident now. If it was Royale at the back, I'd probably be like a bit, but actually this is the five, this is the unit, this is the ones that, you know, until they got injured, and it all went pear-shaped. That's when it all went wrong.
Before we get into the team news, which we will do in a second, why do you think our record at Old Trafford, and I don't mean like back to the Alex Ferguson days, I actually mean more in the kind of last 10 years, other than those two victories, really, there hasn't been a lot of luck there. What do you think that is?
I still think it's a mentality in the club. I think, you know, it's not just us, it's a mentality over how many years of us going to Old Trafford. It's a kind of like, here we go again. Anfield's exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's anything to do with like player-wise, because we've been there and we've had better teams than Man United, especially in the last, like you said, in the last 10 years. But I think once we can get over a hurdle of playing Man United, like I think Arsenal had the same issue until Wenger came in.
Yeah.
They went to Old Trafford and couldn't really cope with it, and then when Wenger came in, they started to get better results. But until we get over that hurdle mentality-wise, and that goes, it's not just the players, everyone in the club.
Yeah.
And even us fans, like, because we're going to Old Trafford, and once we can get over that hurdle, I think then we can break that cycle. We just need to start going to places like Anfield, like Old Trafford, and even Emirates to a certain extent, and actually feel confident in.
We did go to the Etihad earlier this season, a couple of months ago or 6 weeks ago, and actually played really, really well.
Well, this is a completely, and that's where we're a different mentality. When we go Etihad, I know we look at it and go, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
But Man City have this complex when they play Spurs.
True.
And I think we do a lot better when we go there, and we always have done, right? And yeah, we've had a couple dodgy results there, but actually when we go Etihad, I think Man City are more worried about us than we are about them. Okay. And I think that's where we're at.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Let's do the team news then. Bring that up on screen. It's Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro at right back, Destiny Udogie at left back, and then the return, as Marlon alluded to, of Mickey van der Ven on the left of the two centre-backs and Christian Romero as captain on the right. Obviously a slight worry in that both of them are fresh back from hamstring injuries. Van der Ven has had a couple of weeks of training and was on the bench in the last game, obviously against Burnley in the Cup. And then we have the midfield, what I would define as issues, which is Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Oliver Skipp and Rodrigo Bentancur. And actually, it's a debate, I think, between us and probably between all fans as to which of them will play the number 6 and who will play in the 8 and a bit further forward. And then up front in the forward line, Timo Werner makes his debut. He'll be on the left in a tough tussle, I predict, against Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Richarlison in the 9. He's obviously scored 5 and 6. We could do with another 1 or 2 from him. And Brennan Johnson on the right. I'm pleased he's on the right. So let's start with the midfield conundrum then. So you said before the game, before we came on air, that you thought Pierre-Emile Højbjerg might end up playing furthest forward.
Yes. And the reason why I say that, when I look at we can't have him and Skip next to each other. I think that's where Højbjerg kind of fell off a cliff last season with a lot of Spurs fans. Like we were debatable when it was him and Bentancur, but they were good together. But Bentancur has to play that 6 because he's going to be the person getting it from midfield to attack. Højbjerg and Skip are not good enough. So for me, I'm looking at Højbjerg when he plays for Denmark and how he can pass the ball. If he's on the ball, he can pass. So I'm looking at him going, out of the 3 of them, he's the most creative. And I know it's a really stagnated midfield, but if we can, get Højbjerg on the ball, if we have to, and he can win the ball back as well. So that's my only thing. I could be so wrong about this, but
could there be an element that maybe Big Ange has rushed Romero back into the starting lineup straight away because he knows on the ball he may be able to play more kind of not defense, but line-splitting passes. Whereas if we go straight in with Dragushin and Van de Ven, we might miss that out. And maybe because he feels so confident that Romero's good on the ball and able to play those passes, maybe he will then play Højbjerg in the 6 and have Bentancur a bit further up.
Possibly. There's possibly that argument. I personally think Romero was always going to come back for this game no matter what.
Okay.
And I think Van de Ven obviously was just sat on the bench against Burnley for just a precaution. I think both of them were due back. But yeah, I do think you're right on Romero in that situation. It sounds logical. It makes the most perfect sense to this whole situation, especially with Kulu now being out.
It seems very unfortunate that Deki Kulusevski is out as well. He's had an illness this week. Apparently, he's the worst of quite a number of the squad who've come down with illness, which to me, again, is like the classic pre-Old Trafford script. There are always reasons. But I'm saying all this, just so you know, I'm saying all this stuff about not feeling overconfident, our previous record and the script, because I'm trying to unjinx us. By saying it first, I'm hoping that therefore it will not happen. Do you see what I mean? I'm hoping to be totally wrong. Let's talk about United's team, or at least read it out. Onana in goal. I believe Cameroon's first game in the Nations Cup is like tomorrow.
Yes, correct.
So, of course he's still playing, but I guess, I don't know, they don't have many other options, and he hasn't, touch wood, he hasn't had a great start to this season. By touching wood, what I mean is I hope it continues. Wan-Bissaka, right back. Diego Dallo, Rafa Varane, Johnny Evans, Christian Eriksen against his former club, of course, Mainu, then Garnacho, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, and Højlund up front. Just so many scripts there as far as I'm concerned. Højlund hasn't scored many goals. He only scored one. It seems like he'll score against Spurs. Eriksen might have a good game, although I do strongly believe Eriksen is not a central midfielder. He's a number 10 and he's wasted in that.
Well, this is what we need to exploit today. And this is what the biggest worry is, that we've got 3 midfielders that are more defensive minded, and one of them needs to get forward, because Eriksen is not defensive minded, and he could be the weakness in all this, because I think we all expected McTominay to play.
Yeah.
But he's obviously gone with Eriksen for a reason. He must have got wind of Kulu, and he's probably thinking, they're only going to play the 3. But yeah, midfield's going to be interesting for both. Defensively, I don't think Man United are that strong. For me, if Bruno Fernandes is on his game, that's the biggest worry.
Yeah. And then the final part of the script, Manchester United-wise, as far as I'm concerned, is the big one that Sky are talking about. Sir Jim Ratcliffe in the stadium for the first time, their new 25% owner of the club, who's going to plough some money in, not only to the team and the infrastructure of Manchester United. Sky are desperate for United to get a result so that then they can say the brand new dawn, the brand new start. So I'm reeling all those out so that I can be proven wrong. That's what I'm looking for. In terms of Romero and Van de Ven, how nervous are you about their hamstrings?
Probably more Van de Ven's. I think Romero, he goes through this from time to time. So, and obviously we don't know Van de Ven's record in the past. Mm-hmm. So he's my biggest worry, because he's had the longest amount of time out. Is he ready? Is going to be the biggest question. But it depends on, Garnacho on the right, Rashford on the left. They're not the slowest. So Porro and Udogie have got their work cut out to protect the 2 in the middle. Yeah. So we will see. I think that's why Dragushin, however you say it.
I believe it's Dragushin.
Dragushin.
The way that I've been told to remember it is, think of Charlie Sheen.
Dragushin. I think he will play some part today. Yeah. Not sure what, but he will play some part.
I'm sure he will, and he's very, very useful from attacking set pieces, by the way. Just before, it's 2 minutes to kick off, just before we go to the game itself, Marlon, if Tottenham Hotspur are going to get 3 points from Old Trafford today, how are they going to do that? Like, where are our danger people? Like, what's our best chance of winning it?
Well, it's probably our biggest weakness and our biggest strength, our front 3.
Yeah.
They've just got to put the ball in the back of the net. Like, 3 of them, for me, are not the best finishers, but we will create chances with 3 of them as well. That's one thing all 3 of them do, right? They always create chances, right? Johnson, Richarlison, and even Werner, when he was at Chelsea, create chances. Yeah. The problem with all 3 of them is that they miss the easy ones. Now, if Richarlison or Johnson or even Werner can just get their shooting boots and put that ball in the back of the net, that's where our biggest strength will be today.
From my point of view, I think if we're going to create enough to score enough goals to win this game, then Destiny Udogie and Pedro Porro are going to be absolutely vital in terms of coming inside, playing centrally, and being creative and getting shots off as well.
It depends on how far forward they can get as well, actually. Well, I suppose it depends on where how that midfield's going to set up, because does that then allow you, Doggy and Porro, to get forward and actually be, because they'll probably come in more centrally, because there's been certain games where they've been playing as the attacking midfielders. So maybe that's what Ange's plan is, but it's going to be so interesting these first 10 minutes to see how we set up.
It is. I just always have the feeling at Old Trafford that United fans love playing against Spurs. United love playing against Spurs. I don't know what it is. For some reason, like I'm thinking about that Bournemouth 3-0 they won at Old Trafford only a few weeks ago, a month or so ago. Bournemouth played it really smartly, kept it pretty tight, and just nicked goals. But we're not going to do that.
We're not going to do that.
And I feel like maybe are we going to play into United's hands? However, I think the key point is, I know I'm sounding a little less positive than I usually am. I think the key point is that whatever happens, like you said, we're going to make chances. It's going to be exciting. I don't want it. I wouldn't want us to play Conte ball here again, because let's face it, when we played Conte ball there, we lost anyway.
And Mourinho
so we might
ball.
as well go at them.
I just say it doesn't matter whose ball we play, we just seem to lose.
We might as well go at them and have a real go at it. Just to say, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you press that like button. If you're not subscribed to We Are Tottenham TV, make sure you press the subscribe button too. My daily content show is called The Spurred On Podcast. It's at Barnaby Slater _. You can find that in the title of today's watch along. Give me a subscribe. Press that bell button for me as well. And Marlon is at Southview Coys. Give him a follow. Do a few comments. We've got a little huddle on the pitch as we're about to kick off. Matt says... about Decky, I think must be a surprise injury. Oh, actually, one thing we haven't mentioned, Ryan Sessegnon, not on the bench either. He came back for one game, one substitute appearance, and he's injured again.
We did get a super chat from Matt as well. It says, my guess is Skip is the 10. He plays furthest forward out of the free midfield.
Well, I've never seen Ollie Skip in the 10. If he is the 10, that'll be really, really interesting.
I think he's going by when Sarr played there. So I think that's probably his guess.
Well... Bruno Fernandes kicks off for Manchester United, straight back to the keeper, who is going to go long and put one on Pedro Porro's head. But Romero gets up early. That's good. Good bravery. Bentancur. It looks like Pierre's playing the deepest from the start. And it goes back to oh, blimey. Back to Vicario, who's just... Oh, blimey. We've lost the ball there, but it's gone back into midfield. And Richarlison presses Rafa Varane, who goes back to Onana. Yeah, you're right. Skippy is playing the furthest forward. Wow. Well, he's got legs. I'll give him that. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Garnacho just got the ball, cuts in well, and gets it out wide.
I think that plays into Man United's hands a little bit.
Wan-Bissaka's playing on the left and has made a good run forward. Romero's going to see that out. Well done. What a player. What a player Christian Romero is, by the way. Unbelievable player.
70% Christian Romero is better than a... Royale, 100.
No shade to Emerson Royale on his birthday as well, from what Marlon told me. But no, I think it's better to have Romero in the team. And Romero plays a nice ball out to Brennan Johnson, who feeds Porro. Oh, that was Bentancur trying to... Maybe I've gone too early with where Skip's playing. Oh, yeah, no, here he is.
No, he's furthest forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dallow's playing right back and Wan-Bissaka's on the left. So they must see Johnson as the threat with pace.
Yeah, interesting. United looking confident playing around the back line now, and Johnny Evans, who is, I believe, celebrating his 76th birthday today, gets it out. Ooh. And a big challenge in from Mickey van der Ven, and we've won the foul from it as well. Van der Ven went in hard, and then Fernandes just left a little bit on him. A chance, well, actually, I was going to say a chance to get this in the box, but we don't really do that. I think we'll probably play it short and try and play the ball around a little bit. Yeah, and we have done. It's good to see Van der Ven back as well.
Ah,
what a Rolls Royce. So yeah, it's
that's where my excitement came from. Suddenly my confidence had risen when I saw him.
I liked his interview in the week where he said, you know, Romero always covers me, whatever happens. Come on, Pedro. Oh, nice.
Lovely ball to Bentancur.
Bentancur's in down the side here.
That's a lovely just needed a bit more in it.
Skippy working hard back there. And they're going to be in. This was the danger always. Rashford in behind Porro. He's going to cut in and try and shoot on his right.
Here we go. Oh, Rashford. Great. Oh, brilliant tackle. But Højlund. Oh.
I called it.
Oh, you did call it.
Højlund has put it in the top fucking part of the net from
2 minutes in.
12 yards. 15 yards.
And Spurs and Old Trafford. It's that midfield. It's that midfield not looking right.
One thing I'll say is you can score too early. You can score too early. But as I said...
To be fair, when we won 6-1, Man United were 1-0 up within a minute.
But as I said, Højlund, all the scripts coming home to roost right now. Højlund, who's been universally panned for his performances.
What a ball from Fernandes. Over to Rashford.
I thought we'd done enough here.
Yeah. Porro just holds him up one-on-one. But...
Oh, it's a great finish.
It's a great finish. Great finish.
Yeah, Gary Neville's saying that we just sit off before Højlund. Yeah. It's that defending with your arms behind your back thing, which they have to do now, but it means they can't get out as far.
It's a great finish.
Oh, it's an unbelievable finish.
Oh, great finish. 1-0 down. But it's not something we ain't used to at Old Trafford. And it was a bit of a bright start from us as well. We had the attack. We were on the attack, and it's just... They've caught us on the break.
It actually started from a poor cross from, like Bentancur got in down the side, and he's trying to dink it up to the back stick where Werner was, and it goes straight into Onana's hands, and then Onana bowls it out quickly, and it was, as you said, a good pass from Fernandes. But I thought we dealt with the danger from Rashford quite well, but then it just fell to Højlund. What we need to do now is just not concede quickly, because otherwise
this could get
a bit Brighton-y.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, what minute was it when we were 4-0 down against Brighton?
60th, 70th, yeah.
So, well done, Destiny.
Oh,
that's good stuff.
It's just not falling.
Well done, Timo. Just win something here.
Oh,
that's it. The crowd are really up now. The Old Trafford crowd are up. Kind of the last thing you want to do at Old Trafford. Make them suddenly think they're good. Just win something here, Rishi. Just win a corner. Well done, boy. Well done, boy. Corner. Okay, good chance. Get Porro on the ball as a corner and get Van der Ven and Romero attacking the ball. Disappointing start, but let's try and get hold of the game. That's what Ange will want. He will want us to get hold of the game by the scruff of the neck. And actually, I think United will probably quite like kind of sitting back a little bit and hitting us on the break with Rashford and Garnacho's pace.
We have been here before. It's nothing new, but let's see what the boys can do.
Yeah.
Porro with a corner.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't a bad corner.
Who's this?
Udogie.
Oh, I love that.
Plays it out to Højbjerg, who plays it across the field to Skip on the right-hand side.
Got to give him an option. God, Van der Ven is such a big bloke.
You don't realise until you see him.
Enormous, yeah. That's a good ball from Højbjerg, and that's good. And get it across the front. Get it across the front, Johnson. That's good. All right. Unlucky. It was well defended, but we got in down the side.
It's going to have to be something really clever to get around these two.
Oh, lovely ball.
Here we go. United on the break. Garnacho one-on-one with Udogie on the right.
He needs help, though. Someone's got to go with the runner. Oh, my God.
Werner is completely left out for Udogie.
Destiny did well there. Cut it out. But he needs more help from Werner there, yeah.
It's the counter-attack that's doing us.
Yeah, and he tried to cut it back for Fernandes, and Rodrigo Bentancur was not with him, to be honest. That could have been 2-0 very easily. Eriksen's going to take this corner. He's getting lovely support from the Spurs fan base in the corner there. Eriksen gives them a little applause for their applause. Corner Man United, going to be an outswinger. Oh, Evans has elbowed Højbjerg in the face, but because he was honest and didn't go down. Oh, wow. Well, the corner went all the way to the back stick, and on the volley, Marcus Rashford just kind of throws a leg at it, and it goes just past the right-hand post, or the left-hand post as the keeper looks at it. Oof, dearie me. It's a good ball. Rodrigo Bentancur, centre midfield. And then Porro just hits it into the channel, and there's nobody there, unfortunately. Tell you what, I'm never going to pretend I know a lot about Jamie Donnelly, but when he sees Ollie Skip playing in like the 10 in front of him, he must be thinking, I'm never going to get a chance.
Well, this is the thing. When you like, obviously everyone says Ange sees these people in training, and then they're not getting any minutes. So he must see something we're not.
Well, I thought when he came on against Burnley, he looked incredibly slow. Actually, Jamie Donnelly. I have to say, there was one kind of, I think there was a tracking back incident, and he was really struggling. But look, like I said, I don't watch a lot of the youth team, so I can't pretend I know. That's a good ball from Vicario. Lovely turn from Brennan Johnson, but a good tackle from Wan-Bissaka. That's going to be a good. But now look, Johnson needs to help him because Wan-Bissaka's made that run. Oh, he's going to have a dig, is he? They're in at the back. Okay, Destiny now from the
Come on, Spurs.
Destiny's got Werner outside him. I wonder if he'll give it to Werner.
Just play it. Oh, he's too late.
He's gone inside instead. No, I would have given him that,
Yeah, I thought he would have gone because he can run.
Oh my God.
But that's where he hasn't played with that sort of player for weeks.
Porro's made a lovely little break here. What's he going to end up doing?
Oh.
He's had a dig and it's easily claimed by Anana. It was deflected. This is already a game of basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, not unexpected, but there could be so many goals in this game.
Yeah, I don't think that first goal is the end of it.
No. Stand up, Destiny. Stand up. Just see things. So, yeah, quite end-to-end at the moment. United have just won a free kick in their own half. Pedro Porro, most shots without scoring in the Premier League this season. He did, of course, score the winner against Burnley, though, with an absolute pile driver. So, just like, I don't know, this happens at Old Trafford every time, this script stuff. Do you remember a couple of years ago, like Ronaldo had been playing badly?
Yep.
And then did he score a hat-trick?
Yeah, Dyer, man.
They're in again down the right. Garnacho facing up Destiny Udogie. Werner has got to get closer to him. He's not really trying there, Werner.
Nope.
But
that's always going to be a problem.
Needs help.
He hasn't played much football.
Yeah, so he's not going to have the stamina for
Yeah.
it. Yeah, like my cousin who's a Chelsea fan says his work rate is actually really excellent, but he's going to have to give a little bit more early in this game, I think. Out it comes to Werner, playing in the number 16 shirt. Go on, take him on, boy.
Yeah, I used to, when
Good ball into Richarlison's feet. Nice stuff here. Bentancur gets it out to Johnson. Take him on and just get a cross in. Oh, he's dinked it. Oh, it's a corner in the end. It's come all the way to Werner at the back stick, and he's got his neck muscles behind it, and it's not troubling anyone. But Dallo, I think, has just flicked it.
Yeah, Dallo, he doesn't know where anybody is.
Yeah.
So, and this is where we can get the Man United back for.
Because there wasn't any pace on the cross, so Werner's got full pace on it. It's Johnny
yeah.
Evans has kind of just flicked it back, and it's gone out for a corner. Actually, Werner might, I can see what he's doing. I think Werner's more kind of trying to get it towards Richarlison.
Yeah.
But anyway, causing trouble already. That's good. That's good. Corner. Hoyland marking Van der Ven.
Porro with the corner.
Bentancur flicked it the near post and it just evaded Werner at the back stick. Højbjerg keeps the pressure on.
Oh, that's
good
a
ball
lovely ball from Højbjerg.
Yeah. It's another corner, is it? Yeah.
Oh, no, he's kept it in. Skip, do something.
Well done. Skip's got it out to Højbjerg. Get it. Now, Werner, take him on down the outside. No, he's not. He's going to cut it inside, is he? No, he has gone down the outside, and it's a bad mistake in the end, actually. Højbjerg's got to win that. It's done well.
Yeah. Come on, Werner. Show me why we signed you.
Good ball from Destiny, but well defended in there, actually. Oh, he's off. He's done well there, Werner. And that's a corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Well done, Richarlison.
We've picked it up a little bit in the last five minutes.
This is a good flick from that corner at the near post from Bentancur. And this is...
Beat him.
Yeah, it just needs to be a separate flick onto... he's gone for goal, actually, there, Bentancur. And actually, if he flicks it on, it might have ended up at Bentancur's head. But anyway.
Come on, Richie. Højland scored. It's time for you to score.
Yeah. 12 minutes gone. 1-0 United. That's a good delivery. Oh, Richarlison's gone for something special there. Oh, well done, Skip. Don't lose it. Oh, he's done well. Now what? You've got no one there. He's done well there, Skippy, He's
done all right. He just...
The key thing with Skip there was that he didn't lose the ball because there would have been 3 running forward for United breaking.
And actually, the pass in the end makes it, because he couldn't play it to no one. He's better off doing that than...
Yeah. And the first shot of Sir Jim Ratcliffe in the crowd next to Alex Ferguson. I actually think it's a big mistake of these people to think that you should ask Ferguson and David Gill. This is what United did when Liverpool were winning everything in the 80s. They were asking Matt Busby all the time, like, what should we do? What should we do? And the game changes. You have to modernise. You have to modernise. He has to be offside, doesn't he?
Oh, it's a great touch. And Garnacho is completely...
Oh, well done.
Well done, you doggy.
Destiny, you doggy, came back and absolutely crunched Garnacho.
It looked offside, but...
It did look offside. I hope he's stayed down there, Garnacho. This is a good battle.
It's brilliant defending from Udogie in the end.
He's taken everything there. Brilliant. Yeah. Another corner for Man United, though. Garnacho limping, but he's a good player, Garnacho. He's going to be absolute class down the line. And he's already scored that absolute worldie as well.
Yeah.
Got to stay strong here, Spurs. Come on. Here comes the corner. It's near post and cleared by Bentancur.
Come on, Skip. Oh, Manu's done well there.
He has. It was a real battle of the paceless there.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Can he find Johnson there? He has done. He needs to flick it around the corner. He's done well there. Johnson want to throw in. Bentancur shows for him. Now he needs an option. We'll have the foul. Yeah, that's a foul. Johnson's done well there. Just kind of gave Bruno Fernandes a taste of his own medicine by diving. Excellent. Well done, Brennan. He plays with a weird grimace, Brennan Johnson, doesn't he? Not a good resting bitch face for Brennan Johnson. 1-0, 14 minutes gone.
It's not downbeat as the goal suggests.
Yeah.
But they've caught us on the break. And that's what they seem to be doing. They seem to be catching us on the break. It's not nothing Man United are doing special.
I think they're quite happy to do that.
Yeah. We just need to, like I said, we've just got to finish the chances. Like, we've had one cleared off the line already.
Yeah. But to say that we miss Basuma and Maddison in games like this would be an absolute understatement of the century. It's actually a bad pass there from Porro to Johnson, and Wan-Bissaka's done really well. United got it, and they're just playing it around central midfield now. And then Eriksen picks it up. Oh, Dalot has just done Werner very easily there. Gets it out to Garnacho. Yeah, they're playing confidently here, United, which is a shame. Manu plays a big, long diag out to Rashford, who's going to drive at Porro. Wan-Bissaka's helped him out.
Oh my
he's
God,
reached
is
the
he
byline.
beat Twire? Yeah, this is going to be the sort of game where Porro's defensive frailties are going to come into question.
Yeah, Van der Ven's done well there to knock it out for a corner, but Rashford got to the byline so easily. Yeah. It's actually Romero who knocks it out at the front post. If you guys are gamblers at home, I hope you've got your many, many corner options on. Because this is probably the fourth corner or fifth corner already. It's only 15 minutes gone. Fernandes with this one, an in-swinger. They're on the Højlund script. They're showing him. Oh, I'll tell you what, that was nearly flicked on at the near post, but well cleared by Mickey van der Ven. And Skip, at the moment, just doing a lot of running and not a lot else. But he's pressed Wan-Bissaka into going back to Onana there. Plays a long diag out to...
he's played a lovely ball to Fernandes.
Yeah. Good block there from Romero. And it's cleared by Højbjerg.
For me, I'd swap Højbjerg and Skip round. I'd do it.
Skip's just not in the game.
No. You need someone who's going to be on the ball.
Skip at the moment is just doing kind of 20-yard doggies back and forward in between pressing towards the keeper.
And what they're doing is they're just going long, Man United.
Yeah.
And going diagonally long as well.
Keep that on, Destiny.
Yeah. Because the game plan is to make sure that Udogie and Porro are far up enough that they can get down the wings. You can see it.
Tell you what, he's not given Werner much there. Jesus Christ, Spurs. Oh,
Skippy's just laid it back to Vicario.
I'll tell you what, it's all right in the end. But Udogie just gave Werner a ball down the line where there was nothing on for him at all. He actually did all right with it in the end.
Typical Spurs at Old Trafford at the moment.
It is like that. It is. But, you know. Oh, Pierre. Pierre was just laid the ball, and his first movement was back, and then he had the time to turn forward again. Could have just done it the first time. Don't foul him, Pedro. Well done.
Can Ange be the miracle worker and get us another result at Old Trafford like Mourinho did?
Just showing Dragushin on the bench. He's hard. As you said, maybe he'll get some minutes. in
Yeah,
the
he'll
second
get
half.
something today.
Well in Destiny Udogie, really good. And a good flick from Skippy out to Werner. Drive to the line. Oh, he's giving it to Destiny. How's your cross, Destiny? It's another corner.
That's one thing I don't rate Destiny at is crossing. Don't really associate with him. He gets in some great positions though.
Yeah. Is he left-footed?
Yeah.
He's kind of like ambidextrous.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to
It
really
doesn't
show
seem-
one way more than the other.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
But yeah, he had a chance to cross it there left foot and he just kind of hit the first man. It's gone off
And
another corner.
another corner. How many have we had in these 20 minutes?
Yeah, a lot. A lot. Come on. Be strong here.
Problem is, Man United do have a tall squad
Yeah,
today.
but it should pit it. That's a good ball. Go!
Yes!
Richie!
Get in there!
Come on! What is that? 6 in 7? It's a great delivery from Pedro Porro. In swinger. Came all the way through and Onana was nowhere.
Richie. Wow. I was mentioning finishing earlier. I completely forgot Richie in his head.
He's done the pigeon, which I'm always scared of because, you know,
Come
VAR
on.
will find something, you always think. Let's have a look here.
Great corner. Nah, there's nothing in there.
and he's just done-
VAR
he's
can
just-
look as much as they want.
He's just made a good run and got up early.
He's won it.
Tell you what, that might even be an own goal off Højlund in the end, you know. I hope they don't do that because I think that might get as long as it touches Rishi, it should be a goal for him. Yeah,
Yep.
it's fine. It's fine. Yes, Big Ange celebrates. Now, belief. Now, belief, boys. Come on. Belief.
That's
the last
more
5
like-
minutes
yeah.
or so, it's been good.
It's been end to end. You called it. You definitely called it. End to end.
Get your when you're playing Spurs, get your both teams to score, get your plus 2.5 goals, get your corners.
Definitely more goals in this.
Yeah, Gary Neville's just saying on CoCom, Spurs have their 2 best midfielders missing and their 2 best forwards.
But to be fair to Richie, he's on form, isn't he?
Nice. Look, he's scoring lots of types of goals as well. That's his first goal from a corner, isn't it? I think
Yes.
it's good. At 6 in 7, I think he was 5 in 6. So
Yeah.
6 in 7.
So it's his first goal with his head since he's come back from injury.
Oh, Romero, lovely ball out. So Højbjerg had the ball there, and Johnson was tempted to make a kind of bent run in behind, and then he stopped himself, and it was almost like because he saw it was Højbjerg on
Yeah.
the ball. I could be wrong. I've been accused. Oh no! Oh, okay, it's
No,
fine.
no, no, no. It's
I've
all
been
good.
accused before of having an anti-Højbjerg agenda. It's not true. It's actually not true.
It's true.
It's not. It's just. I just think it's a shame that he's like half a second too negative, too slow, kind of thing for Ange ball. Not for Premier League football. For Ange ball.
But that's probably why he hasn't been playing for Ange as regularly as he'd like.
Of course.
Because he's not that quick. But
Of course. And that's why he's the next off the cab rank on the Eric Dyer, Hugo Lloris cab rank. You know, he's going to be the next one out the door. Whether it'll be January or not will depend totally on whether
Juventus can come up with anything.
and whether we can and whether we have a replacement and whether that Conor Gallagher rumor is true. I mean, for me with the Conor Gallagher thing, there's no way that his agent has said to Spurs,
I'm available.
He won't come to you, because otherwise this rumor would be dead in the water. It might be that they're not saying that because they want to get a better deal from Chelsea, sure.
Yep.
But
It'd be interesting because he's got a cup final probably to look forward to as captain.
well, they're 1-0 down in the semi.
Yeah, come on.
I don't know.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
I believe in Carrick, but not that much.
yeah. Right, Destiny's picked up a second ball there, and Werner's got a lot of space here to drive into space. Coming across there
Come on,
is
Werner.
Evans, I think. Go on, team, have a dig. Why not? That's why.
Hey.
That's why. I wish he'd put his laces through that. In the end, actually, so he cut us in. He's got a lot of side. He's a lot of time. He's still about probably 28 yards out, but he's kind of in the end tried to whip it like that, like a Sonny.
Look.
But in the end, from that far out, I think he's got to put his laces through. And actually, he should have laid it across to Bentancur.
I've watched enough of Werner at Chelsea to know that's typical him. He'll come out, he'll do something later which you'll go,
Yeah.
oh, why didn't you do that? But this is the Werner we're gonna get.
Yeah. And he's not played a lot of games. So he's got to get
and
to
he
the
hasn't played a lot
But
of
it
games.
is interesting. He's getting a lot of space. So if he has a chance to kind of
This
open
thing,
his legs
he's
up.
had a lot of space in this first half. Dallo is nowhere near him. Garnacho's so far forward.
Yeah, he's just played Destiny a horrible pass, to be honest. But we're all right. Mickey van der Ven gets it across to Romero. Højbjerg gets it off him. Porro's free. And he gets it. Back to Højbjerg. Bentancur making some space for him now. That's nice. Good turn from Bents. And he tries to find a through ball to Rishi, and it's a good one.
He's laid a lovely ball, but it's that in that situation, it's unfortunate that Wan-Bissaka is there.
And here's Werner again, more space. And Destiny's made a lovely run.
That's it. Oh,
That's cleared, wasn't it? He didn't. I have to say, Werner didn't look confident with that effort. And United on the break, but we've won it back. Romero.
Do you think going in the back of his mind still is his old Premier League stint?
Of course. But I think he'll get chances at the back stick from crosses from like Johnson in some games and stuff.
Yeah, he will.
Tell you what, this could be interesting. Wan-Bissaka has got the ball, but he's absolutely gone through Brennan Johnson and he's been booked. And they will check this because I wonder if there's any element of his kind of scissor leg being high.
If it's his scissor leg, then he could be interesting.
Actually, I made a note before the game, sorry to interrupt, about discipline. And this seems like one of the games where Spurs need to keep their discipline. It's a foul. It's probably not more than a yellow. Oh, it's bad.
It's a challenge. It's one of those challenges. It's a yellow card.
There was a challenge.
No more needs to be done.
There was a challenge in the Everton game where Tarkowski got the ball, very similar to that Romero sending off against Chelsea. He got the ball and then scissored through the player after he got the ball in the box, and it wasn't given a penalty or a foul actually in the end. But Wan-Bissaka, interesting. Now Johnson can run at him all game now.
Yeah,
that's good news.
This is where Ten Hag needs to earn his money.
I have to say, in terms of the reverse script, Gary Neville was saying a few minutes ago how Spurs' squad and first team decimated by injuries, and he's setting it up for the post-game rant if we were to win this game.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
definitely.
So let's hope that comes through.
Because what's it? His win percentage is better than Alex Ferguson's, isn't it?
Or if they win today,
yeah, something ridiculous.
I mean, Alex Ferguson was it? Wait, is there another booking here? What's happened? Wait,
Bentancur.
Oh, he didn't. This is completely ridiculous. He's been told he's kicked the ball away, but he's trying to play a pass. Oh, okay, well, Bentancur has just done something a bit idiotic there. And then he's complaining about it, but he needs to be careful not to get another yellow there. Come on, Rodrigo. We need you. Leadership and discipline, like I said today, absolutely vital. It's his second yellow card of the season.
There we go.
Oh, the keeper's come a long way.
Well done, Vicario.
And
to be fair, he's offside anyway.
Yeah, good stuff. And that was a long ball over from United, and it looked like Højlund was through, but Vicario came and cleared it off with his head, and actually big Mickey van der Ven was there as well. And in the end, it was offside anyway. So Spurs have a free kick in their own half. Romero is on it. Skippy just kind of lost in this game a little bit at the moment.
But you kind of expect him to be. If we're being honest, he's playing in a position that he's not used to.
Lovely show from Højbjerg there, and he gets it out to Johnson. Oh, could have. Yeah, Neville is saying that Spurs are getting a bit of a foothold in midfield, and there's some truth to that, to be honest. And Destiny gets the ball now.
Just go out wide. Oh,
Timo. Yes, actually, Timo's made an inside run, and Destiny has absolutely raced past Mainu there. Got to keep working. Okay, now Destiny just lost. It was a good tackle in the end from Dalot, to be fair, but it was interesting how easily Destiny got away from Mainu then. Good block from Skippy. Well done.
This is where Skip needs to get in the game. As soon as Fernandes is on that ball, because Højbjerg and Bentancur are not picking him up, Skip needs to be the man on him.
Right. Yeah. Well, he pressed it well there, and it's a throw into Manchester United. And too easy there. Werner's ball watching a little bit there, I have to say. It's gone back to Dalot. He's tried to play a difficult ball in there, and Van der Ven's done well. Oh, nice idea from Skip round the corner there, but well spotted from Wan-Bissaka. That was good. That showed some confidence. Oh, that's a dangerous ball. That is a dangerous ball, and Porro picks it up.
Oh, and he lays
a worse ball from Porro. Now United can break with Rashford. Porro is working back. Romero's gone across. Oh, now Porro's stopped working back. Oh, Romero does brilliantly.
Yeah, Romero.
Well done, Spurs.
If there's one person I want him up against in that situation, it is Romero. And he did well.
Johnson just runs it out there.
Come on.
That was a shame. Porro really intercepted well, but then played a kind of very transparent pass that was cut out. United have the ball again. And it's back to the kind of tempo of the game. Wan-Bissaka gets a lot of time on the ball out here now.
It's Man United just quietly playing it around at the moment in the middle.
Yeah, there's lots of space out on the left-hand side. Bentancur, you need to get out there a bit, mate. Oh, well done, Romero. Blocks a through ball there. Johnson's never going to win that. He might foul him. Well, that's our ball. Oh, no. Bit of pinball there.
Yeah.
Let's come back to Johnny Evans in central midfield. 1-1, 27 minutes gone.
Probably a fair result if we're looking at the
fair
first,
reflection, I'd say, at the moment. Yeah.
It's still got that Old Trafford blues all over it for us, but
of course.
we deserved that goal.
Definitely. And we've shown that we're a threat. Well done, Skippy. He's just pressed Johnny Evans there, and we've won the ball back with Werner. And he's gone back to the keeper, which is probably the safest idea. And back to Van der Ven. And Højbjerg gets the ball off Van der Ven. When do the Spurs players at the AFCON's first games happen? When is Basuma playing? And
I've got a feeling Monday. One of them's Monday.
Right.
I know that. Can't remember which one. I think it might be Basuma's Monday.
And then what about Sonny in the Asian Cup? Any idea?
Well, no.
That has started.
But
Højbjerg's just lost the ball in midfield there, but Destiny's won it back and maybe should have won a foul there, actually. And now it goes back to Romero. Mickey van der Ven turns away well.
I was hoping that the Asian Cup was going to be on TV, terrestrial TV somewhere, but...
Oh, is it not?
No.
Højbjerg has just played a very dangerous but very good pass, but unfortunately Porro's second ball has been seen by Johnny Evans. Well done, Richarlison.
Well done, Richie.
Okay, space for Werner on the left and lots of runners going forward, but Werner's cut inside and maybe he shouldn't have done. And United have managed to get their shape back. That's a shame. But still got the ball with Romero. He plays a lovely ball to Rishi. Now Rishi, play it out wide. Well done.
Well done, Richie.
Now we've got a runner across him. Give it to Porro. No, he hasn't gone in the end.
Ooh.
Porro
It's
ends
just
up having
tamed. Sorry. That shot was typical of what Johnson's been doing this season. Everything's just been tamed at the keeper. So
I felt like Johnson, in the end, didn't know whether he was shooting or crossing. And it just kind of, went into... Well, Rashford is through, and at the back stick, they're free. It's a real chance, and Vicario is in a great position and claims it.
Yeah, they've exploited that Porro weakness over the top.
And he's made the run from his own half. It's a lovely ball and a lovely run.
Brilliant ball.
But Romero and Van der Ven both do well. Oh, and we're gonna have lost the ball again by the replay. There we go. They're in again, and they're in at the back, and it's a good challenge from Porro. It's a corner to Man United. As you know, Marlon, one of my big bugbears is having lost the ball by the time the replay has finished. And we were under pressure again.
These last 5 minutes, it's all been United, which is a bit worrying. 4 corners each.
4 corners each. It's going in kind of phases, isn't it?
Yeah.
United, Spurs, United, Spurs. Stay strong here, boys. Come on. Vicario ordering his troops around. They're showing Højlund a lot. They want him to get a hat-trick today. Oh, it's flicked on at the near post.
Ben's knew nothing about it.
And it's cleared. And now it's Eriksen against Skip in a touch-off. There's only going to be one winner there. And it breaks back to Eriksen. What's he found there? Oh, lovely ball.
Lovely
Destiny
ball.
needs to stand up there. Get up. That is a dive on the floor from Garnacho. And Destiny comes away with the ball. This is good.
Going late in the middle. Højbjerg. No.
Højbjerg, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing?
Bentancur's made the run.
And then he's complaining and he's only jogging back. This is a dangerous situation. Rashford has the ball on the left
annoying.
now. And Wan-Bissaka's helping him. And he's got to the byline again, Rashford. And actually, do you know what? Porro's defended really well then. That's a goal kick. And I could see Spurs giving away a penalty here. We do a lot at Old Trafford, actually. And the ease with which Rashford is getting to the byline. Oh, get up, Garnacho. Just the way Garnacho has dived there. But they're showing a long replay, which means we're going to have lost the ball by the time it happens. And Mike Dean says it's a good decision.
If he doesn't fall straight away and he waits a little bit longer, he maybe gets that.
Yeah. Well done. Van der Ven out to Werner. Oh, good ball from Werner into the channel. Richarlison, he's going to lose the ball, though, I think. He's done well there, but yeah, he has lost the ball. Johnny Evans.
It's probably the first thing Richarlison's actually done wrong today,
Yeah,
but he's been all right.
It away. And Spurs have it again with Romero. Højbjerg seeing a lot of the ball here. Oh, that was my agenda there, getting frustrated with him. But we've kept the ball and he's showing for the ball, which is the important thing.
He's giving it away.
That was a bad pass. Skippy just jogging a little bit there, but they've tried a through ball, Man United, and it's come to nobody, and Van der Ven has the ball again.
Please just swap Højbjerg and Skip. Well, if you're going to do something.
Get James Maddison on the pitch. Fortunately, he's injured. Oh, bad. Well, Porro. Oh,
Porro and your doggy there.
bit of miscommunication. Sky Sports currently loving this Højlund script. Just they've got a camera on him all the time. It's like Højlund vision.
Come on, Anana mistake. That's what we want.
Oh, I'd love him to just pass it to us. Yeah, he's done it a few times this year. He's actually great with the ball at his feet.
Yeah, no, that's why they signed him.
Well done. Højbjerg's done well there. Don't lose it, Rodrigo. Well done. And Porro has a lot of space to run into. Go on, get in that space and maybe across to the back stick. Is anyone there?
Yep.
Dalot.
Great. It was all good. That was good, to be fair.
But I think Werner there should make an out-to-in run.
No, he's not going to beat him.
Yeah, they tried to find Garnacho down the left and Destiny Udogie, who is just an unbelievable player. Oh, no, Doggy has gone inside there. Oh, wow.
No, don't
Lovely
worry.
Stuff.
Sanj ball.
Yeah, Sanj ball. We played out beautifully. And now Porro. We've broken the press beautifully. And Porro is in so much space. And he's given it to Johnson, who's
that's a lovely ball.
Down the right. And
go on,
stay
Richie.
on side, Rishi. Stay on side.
No,
oh, it's gone too deep for him.
It's too deep.
This time Werner did make the out-to-in run. And actually that time you want him to be at the back stick. He could have nodded it in.
Oh.
But anyway, lovely Ange ball, beating the press, and then Brennan Johnson with the cross. And we've still got the ball again now. We're just kind of taking the sting out of it.
Why have we swapped roles?
Lovely stuff. I love how Romero and Van der Ven both wear black boots. It's like so old school. I love it. Come on, Brennan, show for Romero there. Yeah, that all happened because Johnson didn't show for him early enough, I think. But we got the ball back again with Romero. 35 minutes gone. Should mention the bench. Not much going on our bench today. Forster and Austin, both goalkeepers. Dragushin, Dorrington, Donnelly, Brian Hill, Emerson Royal, and Santiago. I don't know much about, to be honest, but I think he's highly rated.
Would you, if it came down to it, take Skip off and put Hill behind the forwards?
Yeah, I would. I actually would, but I think he like skips legs back and forward. So even
I get it, but because we have no one else.
Well, Bentancur has just played a horrible, but he's managed to get it back, and then he's played another horrible, but Richarlison helped.
But right now, the way Man United are playing, how good would he be on the ball in between the lines now?
He'd be lovely, yeah. But the physicality as well is
He's in midfield is fine.
Yeah.
When he's on the wing, he gets shown up a little bit.
I agree. Let's come back to...
Yeah, he's one of them. He's not suited to the Premier League, but there's a position out there for him.
Yeah. Turn away if you have to. Yeah. Oh, there's a man there. You need to help. You need to help here, Mickey Van der Ven. And he's lost the ball.
Mickey.
He's lost the ball and they're in. And Bentancur's done brilliantly.
Bentancur's done brilliant.
Mickey Van der Ven with his first mistake of the season, I think. But it's all right. And now we're in down the right with Johnson again. Wan-Bissaka is there, but Porro's made a run with him as well. Put him in. Oh, he could have. He's gone inside him. He's done well. He's kept the ball. Destiny is being massive in this game so far.
It's this left-hand side we can get so much more joy from. Dalot is not Wan-Bissaka.
That's a good ball from Werner back to Destiny. And Højbjerg.
Got a super chat from Kaylee Davis. Odds on Dragushin starting in the second half.
No, I think 60 minutes though.
Yeah.
Maybe 60, 65 minutes.
It depends on Romero really, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't think Romero and Van der Ven are having to do a lot of running actually. So, you know, their hamstrings should be all right for now. That mistake from Van der Ven really just came from him not having many options. Yeah.
Werner, you'll learn. Don't play it to skip there. You're going to get it back.
At the moment, I can see Werner being a little bit of a scapegoat from the angry Spurs fans that you always find because he's just not really with it rhythm-wise. He's played a couple of nice, you know, firm passes in the last few minutes, but
the only bit that's disappointing for me is his finishing. That's all I want to see.
Oh, nice idea from Rishi there. Rishi came deep there and tried to play one round the corner, which shows his confidence, I think. And Skippy's played a good ball there. Oh, nice idea. Unlucky. A couple of balls round the corner there nearly worked for Spurs. We won it back again with the high press. It's
probably the first goal that Richie scored quite early on as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe that goal going in has given him to do something like that.
Yeah. Oh, Pierre.
He's got it. He's got it. Play it to that's it.
Oh, it's a lovely ball. Well done, Pierre.
See, get him on the ball.
Oh, I think Porro thought Johnson was offside there, but I'm not sure he was.
Well, he's laid a great ball to Werner.
Werner, get in the box and try and win something. He's played it to Udogie.
Oh.
I thought that showed a bit of a lack of confidence from Werner there. I thought he could have driven at him.
Someone's asking where Kulu is. He is ill. He is ill.
And apparently there's been an illness going through the squad all week, which could show in the second half with stamina. Look at Brennan Johnson here. Look, he needs to work harder to get back and help. He's jogging a bit here, Johnson. He's lucky that Wan-Bissaka hasn't made a difficult...
That's a lovely ball. Oh!
Udogie has just hit
post.
his own post, and they've got another chance here. That was weird. He didn't need to do anything there, Udogie.
He looks so calm.
Oh, Rishi's worked well
Rishi's
there.
done well there. He looks so calm there.
That was mad. The ball came across, and there was nobody near him, Udogie, and in the end, he's just headed it onto his own post. A bit of luck for Spurs there.
See? Oh.
That was madness.
Absolute madness.
Oh, good run from... Yeah, and actually, Gary Neville has just called it madness as well.
But...
Moon River says, God saved us. Garnacho is behind him, actually. This is interesting. Oh, and they're offside anyway. Well, I'll tell you what. So Garnacho was behind him, but would have been offside. So he did have to do something with it. But the only way they could have scored, because they were both offside, is that own goal. Rishi working hard here. Skip, you've got to work here, mate. Skip! Højbjerg, work in the box. Get in the box. Look at them. Look at them. Goal. Why are they just standing there? Marcus Rashford ends up putting it in the bottom left-hand corner. But they're just jogging back. And yes, there are defenders there, but you need to help. Fucking hell.
Yeah. That midfield three. It's going to cost us today. Good finish. But Richarlison's the one working back, and it should have been Skip and Højbjerg, and they're nowhere to be seen. Yeah. Look at him.
Look, Skip and Højbjerg, you can put a flannel over them because they're in the same space, and they're not working back into their own box.
So just to analyse that, Richarlison was further back than Skip and Højbjerg, who are midfielders.
He was at the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lucky. Højlund's going to get an assist for that, but it actually hits his foot. Look. It's not even a pass, barely. It's a great finish.
It's a great finish. Brilliant finish.
But Porro has weirdly turned the wrong way.
Mate, we could have done with Dyer in midfield today.
Well, Dyer hasn't played in midfield for years, but yeah. So, of the scripts I predicted, Rashford, who's been in bad form, gets his goal. Højlund, who's only scored once, gets his goal. 2-1 United. I think it's important now for the next 5 minutes we stay in this now. And they've gone to Wayne Rooney, who is in the crowd as well. But it's just like, for me, if you lose the ball in midfield, it doesn't matter if it's near you or not. You've got to work your nuts off to get back and make yourself a body. But they just like... And then when the goal actually went in, they both looked at each other. And it's like... I don't know, just frustrating. It's not the agenda. It's literally, I watched it happen.
No, you saw it. You were calling it, and that was before the goal went in. Yeah. So... But it's been United the last 10 minutes. They've had majority of the ball. They've tried to open us up. But it looks like, again, whoever scores are getting most of the ball.
As in, what, for the previous
minutes?
Yeah. Because the teams then kind of sit off.
Which is a weird concept.
Yeah, and Ange won't like it at all. Like, he won't like that we sat off.
No, and that's the thing. Once we scored, we kind of just sat off from Man United and let them have the ball. Where when they went 1-0 up, they did the same thing for us, and they seem to be doing it now. They've scored, and now we got the ball again.
Yeah. Oh, strange ball there from Højbjerg. It's just gone off for a goal kick.
For me, he either brings on one of the young lads or he brings on Brian Hill. And Brian Hill's got to play behind. Because this midfield's not working.
Yeah. So who do you take off if you bring on Brian Hill?
Skip. Well, actually, no, I'll bring off Højbjerg. Because actually, Skip has been playing next to Bentancur the last few games.
Right.
Yeah, he's not been great. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. One of them.
Yeah, so that was like Rashford's first goal at Old Trafford for like ages, apparently. Oh, Mickey van de Ven's just stopped looking and Fernandes is through. Chance here for Højlund. He's going to open it out from Rashford. It's going to be another goal. He's taking it on his left this time. Oh, and he's cut in.
No, Benson Core in the right position.
Okay, but now you've lost. You've done well with the big chance. Now don't ruin it with the seconds. There's a good chance for Rashford then. Weirdly, he took it on his left. I was very surprised. United still have the ball. Benson Core gets a tackle in, and they're down the side again. Oh, good block from Porro. Can you find anyone? Yes, he's found Fernandez. And now they're in again. Oh, and that's a bad touch from Garnacho and Romero clears. You just get rid of it. Oh, wow.
That's a terrible ball from Porro.
They're really trying to play it out here.
Yeah, they shouldn't. In that situation, you can't play it out.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, the problem is we've got no one to come off the bench. So it's either this lot or you're relying on someone who hasn't produced.
I've got a feeling this is going to be one of these games where the pundits afterwards are like, this shows Spurs can't play the same way in every game because, you know, you made United look good and you should have shut up shop more. But that's not going to be Ange's game, so there's no point. Just have to hope that we can... just a few too many. You got to win that. Oh my God, an unbelievable pass from Skip puts Werner through, and it's 3-on-3 here. If he can hold it up and wait for the... He's gone on his left. He's put it wide.
There we go. He only has to hit the target.
I actually think what he should... An unbelievable pass from Skip, I have to say. Got to give him the credit. He turns the player well. It's a beautiful pass. I think what Werner has to do is hold it up a bit and wait for Richarlison. Maybe not.
No,
He's a good chance. Got to make the keeper make a save.
But he's not going to. This is the thing. This is what we've signed. Like, he's going to be good at everything apart from this last bit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like there are many people who score those goals in the Premier League. It's just that we've had Harry Kane for the last 15 years.
No, but Son hits the target there.
Well, yeah, Sonny's elite.
But but I even think Richarlison hits the target there in some
No, Richarlison had two of those chances last week against Burnley. United are now in with Garnacho down the right. And Destiny's done well, but Garnacho's done well. And
the thing is, with Werner, I've watched enough of him at Chelsea to see what he's about. And all of that, he's up. Everything else about his play is good, apart from that last bit there.
Yeah.
And that's what we've got.
Yeah.
So he's going to be one of them players that there's no point getting out your seat until he actually shoots. But we've got two others exactly like him.
It's a corner to Manchester United.
But it was a great ball from Skip.
Unbelievable. So basically the ball he won it and kind of beat someone in the air in midfield, and then the ball
Werner does it.
The air and he just plays
and Werner does everything spot on what he should be doing in that position. But you just knew straight away.
Yeah, I think what he could have done in his penultimate touch is taken it a bit further wide and then cut across it as he did. But chance for
another
United,
corner.
Van der Ven flicks it. Chance for Garnacho to get... Here's a shot for Fernandez.
Yeah, Fernandez puts it in.
So there are 3 added minutes. It's the 46th minute now, and they're going to be 3 added minutes of the first half, and it's 2-1 to United. I just want it to go in like this now, and so that Ange can have a word with them. I think he'll probably do.
But what's he going to change?
Well, I think what he'll say is he'll probably say what he did at the Etihad, which is that he'll say, I think you can be even braver.
But he hasn't got the players to be brave, because at least he had Lo Celso for them.
That's true, yeah. That's true. We're lacking creativity, that's for sure. Good ball from Højbjerg. Give it. Porro's down the right. Can you win something? He's gone too early, but it's a corner.
Yeah, it's difficult because you've seen what he's got at his disposal.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, where does he go? What does he actually do? Like you said, does he shut up shop or does he go 4-4-2? Does he put Werner up front and someone on the left and leave 2 in midfield?
I think maybe he would do that in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Another corner though. Outswinger this time. Porro. Good delivery again. Chance! Oh, he's hit the bar, Romero! That's a handball, I would have thought, from Werner. Oh, it was a free header, you know.
It looks like we're going to get something from set pieces if we're going to do anything.
Porro. He's cut it in with his left. Chance here for Højbjerg. This is not who you want this to drop to. It's a good hit! Oh! Unlucky, Pierre, on the half volley there. I think Romero has to do better here. It comes right into the 6-yard box. He gets up.
He should hit the target. He should hit the target. He's got freedom. It's a lovely header. Lovely ball in, corner.
He has to kind of duck for it in the end, and it hits the top of his head. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
He does well to get his head around the defender, actually. But yeah, you're right. Set pieces. This is going to be half time in a minute. Try to remember what the goals were. It was Rishi.
Come on, Spurs. The game's not over, for sure.
We've won a free kick. Højbjerg fancies taking it quickly, but that's got to be a yellow card. That's got to be a yellow card. Yeah, good luck, Højlund, trying to have a fight with Romero. Good luck, pal. Just walked yourself into a booking, Højlund, you idiot. We're trying to take the quick free kick. You can't stop us from taking the quick free kick. Go on, keep complaining, mate. Get yourself sent off. That wastes a bit of time as well. I don't mind that, to be honest. I think there could be something in this for us, you know. I know everything goes against us in terms of how it usually goes at Old Trafford.
No, but we've played, like, yes, our midfield's let us down a little bit, but we've played all right.
Yeah.
We haven't played terribly.
No, we haven't. So that's half-time. 2-1 to Manchester United. Goals for Manchester United from Højlund. An equaliser from Richarlison from the corner. Really good header.
Really good header.
And then Marcus Rashford from a bit of, at best, average defending from Pedro Porro, I have to say, kind of turned his back wrongly. Højlund, just as they go off for half-time, is still getting in the referee's ear. If I could get in the referee's ear now, I'd say, don't be afraid to give him a second yellow for that. You know, that's the way it should be. He's too excitable. But, yeah, 2-1 at half-time. I was just saying, there could be something in this for Spurs. Just because I think United are, in general, dross.
Yes.
I don't really think they're that good. They are going to have chances, and they've taken their chances, really. But I think if we can stay in this, if we can get an equaliser or stay in it at only 2-1 going for the last 20 minutes, I can imagine them getting a little shaky.
No, look, at the end of the day, we've had our... Look, we've been up the other end. We've created the chances.
Yeah.
We've just got to hit the target. That's all that we need to do. Richarlison's put one on target, and so has Johnson, and that's it. Onana has had nothing to do besides that point. Yeah, but we've had chances going forward where we've opened it up and everything, but it's hit the bar. You know, Werner's dragged the shot wide. He's hit one over. Johnson hasn't connected with it. It's just been a bit mishmash. Højbjerg at the end there, hit off target. We've got to hit the target. Finishing is going to cost us this game. Maybe
I'm being a bit too positive, but games like this really make me think how good we're going to be when we get Maddison and Bissouma back. And those kind of three with Bentancur and Sarr all playing that midfield kind of 1 and 2 touch stuff they were doing, because we're pretty much bossing a lot of this midfield battle already with Skip and Højbjerg. And I just think we need to get those players back. If we can get something from this game and then get something from the Brentford game and be there or thereabouts going into February, I think we can be really good, because I know we've conceded 2 silly goals, but it is so much better to look at with Romero and Van der Ven at the back, trusting each other on the ball so much.
No, it is. And look, I don't think, like, when you look at the goals we've conceded today, the first one, look, is down to Porro being a bit out of position. Great ball from Fernandes over to Rashford, but we just don't clear our lines. And to be honest, we didn't clear our lines with the second goal either. No. And I think you're going to slightly get that with Ange Ball, because he doesn't want you to sometimes clear. He wants you to play it out.
True.
So it is going to happen. But yeah, I think the midfield is very disjointed at the moment, and I think that's what the problem is, because Skip's playing further forward. He's not really someone who's great on the ball, even though he made a lovely pass at the end there.
He did.
Højbjerg's better on the ball, but you're expecting him to do kind of what Skip's been doing the last couple of games, and he's not good at that because he's not quick enough. So it's all kind of up in the air. And Bentancur's trying to get both of them into the game, but he's left isolated.
I think Bentancur's the kind of player who needs other players at his level to bounce off in central midfield.
No, and that you can see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we haven't been that bad. Yeah, we're 2-1 down, but it hasn't been like, oh my God, here we go again.
Yeah.
Like we can get goals. Like set pieces we've had a couple of corners which seem to have been where we've got on the end of them.
Yeah, they've been great deliveries from Porro.
Yeah. But
which is interesting, because against Burnley, his delivery was mostly poor actually in that game.
So it's really interesting for me. Like, look, what have you made of Werner's debut? Because obviously everyone has a different opinion of him.
I think he looks lacking in confidence. So he's getting a lot of space, kind of hugging the touchline on the left, and similar to whenever Brennan Johnson has played on the left, actually, where he's making, he's got so much space, so he's making that kind of diagonal run towards the corner of the penalty box. But only kind of once did he try to beat the man on the outside, and it was a bad touch and it didn't work for him. He's tried to have one shot that's gone into Rosed, and he just looks like a player who hasn't played a lot of minutes. And then on top of that, as you've said, and rightly said, he's not going to score a lot of worldies from 30 yards.
No, he's not.
But what I do want to keep seeing from him is when Johnson gets the ball on the right, him making that out to in run at the back post. Because if Johnson dinks it over Richarlison's head, that chance to run in and score from the back stick.
Yeah, and that will come with playing with the rest of the boys for, this is his first game in. He's been at training for a week. And sometimes these are the issues you're going to have when you are playing your first game.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where they're going to put the ball, where they've been playing the system now for 3-4 months.
Do they know where they're going to put the ball?
Most of the time, yeah, I think they do.
I think Richarlison knows that Johnson is going to play it along the floor most of the time to the near post.
Because you can see when Johnson's got the ball, Richarlison's first thought is, I've got to make that run to that near post, because that's how he's got his last couple of goals. So, yeah, Werner will get there, right? It's always the problem that you're always going to have with Werner is his finishing. And, like, I know he skied the first one, but that one where he's one-on-one, he does everything great, everything that I expect him to do. And then he does exactly what I expect him to do with the finish at the end. But he just needs to hit the target in that situation. It's not like Dalot made it hard for him. He's in that situation, you've got to at least put it on the target.
Yeah. So you've mentioned how you wouldn't mind at some point potentially Bryan Hill coming on to play kind of in that number 10-y position, 8 or 10. But I want to raise something with you. I wonder if at some point actually Bryan Hill may come on the left for Werner and be told to kind of get his left foot crosses going across the front so that both sides are offering that threat, crossing it to the near post.
See, for me, if Bryan Hill comes on at left wing or goes on the left-hand side, it's going to be a pointless situation. He doesn't do well there.
He's putting some good crosses.
He's putting some good crosses, but it's kind of what he does on the ball, and like he doesn't put it in first time. A lot of the times when he does put in the cross, no one's really anticipated because 2-3 minutes before, the 3 or 4 before, he has got the ball in and they've been like, oh, here we go again. So it's kind of like we've seen what he's like on the left. Do we want to see any more? And I don't think it's going to have an impact. Personally, I don't think it's going to have an impact, but you could be right. He might come on and it might.
Should mention again the bench: Forster, Austin, Dragushin, Dorrington, Donnelly, Hill, Royal and Santiago. So to say it's not deep, again, an understatement. They're just showing the goals now. This is the Richarlison equaliser on 19th minutes. It's a good delivery. I'll tell you what, Onana absolutely rooted to his line. It is a good delivery. Yeah, it's hard because he's bent it. It's an in-swing and it's bent kind of from the 6-yard line.
And he's laid it flat.
And it's a flat ball, That is actually the ball that, that's the ball that Pochettino always asked Eriksen to deliver.
And he could never do it.
But actually we did score quite a lot of corners, but the fans got so angry because his job was to play that ball over the front stick man by that much.
But it came to a point when Eriksen, they used to put Dyer at the front post to try and flick it, because that's what Dyer's run used to be. And he got a lot of flick-ons like that. But yeah, they're
showing the second goal for Rashford now, and you can see like Højbjerg and Skip just jogging together.
Are standing next to each other.
And it's like they had time to get around Højlund there so that he didn't have the chance to pass it back. Do you see what I mean? Like it might seem petty because there are defenders there, but I think if you look at that back, it's just a bit embarrassing.
We have got a super chat from Reek in Rio. He says, bring on Emerson, move Pedro to the wing, Skippy off for Hill. We better in the second half, Coys.
It's an option. Kaylee Davis in the super chat says, could Werner do better if he was in the middle? Well, I think Richarlison's got his goal, and actually he's coming deep to some success and holding the ball up pretty well. So
I'd prefer Richarlison to stay up top. I'd rather him not that, because if anyone's going to finish out the three of them, I've got more confidence in Richie, which is saying something, because he's on form. If he wasn't on form, I'd probably be. But yeah, it's different. It's difficult. It's difficult because I don't know where we're going to get that set. Well, I kind of see where we're going to get that second, but I don't know how we're going to do it.
I'd say a lot of these games come down to who has the elite finishers, and actually Rashford is a really elite finisher
when he wants to be. Yeah, you're right.
And it's a game for him where he's getting a lot of space.
Well, you look at Højlund, who's been really unlucky, but yet he's decided to bring his finishing boots today. And with everyone has said, Højlund's been in positions, he just hasn't put the ball in the back of the net.
Right.
And he's literally got this first time probably in a while where he's got it down left foot and he's just pinged it right in the top corner. So yeah, you're right. It's coming down to finishing, and Rashford and Højlund seem to be the difference.
Let me bring up a potential reverse script here. Dragushin comes on, and United have looked dodgy from set pieces. And the man mounting the beast of Bucharest notches on his debut to get an equaliser or a winner.
So would you go through at the back and then have Porro and Thingy as win backs?
I don't think that'll happen. That's not Big Ange's game.
I never know. Well, I don't know what else we can do. That's why I'm asking the question, because he's not trusting the youth. Brian Hill's his only option if he does.
I think he just wants to control the midfield as best he can all the time. That's why. I mean, actually, I think the player who's played best for us is Udogie. Personally,
he's been good.
And he's been
even though he's hit the post.
He's been very good defensively, other than that mad moment where he hit his own post. But he works so hard and also been giving us a threat going forward. I don't know. Like I said, I think for me, strategy-wise, if Spurs can stay in this till like the 70th, 75th minute, either 2-1 or get an equaliser, United could start getting edgy in front of their home crowd.
The only issue with that is, though, is like you said earlier, if there is a sickness bug going around the team, can we wait that long? So that's the only argument. If there is one, are we going to be flagging in the 70th minute as well?
Yeah. Okay, going to read some comments now, if I can make the computer work. Will Triplett, was the game plan to never take shots and never mark Rashford? Okay, I think that was a little bit of negativity there. Tim Ladd, this game has gone exactly as I feared it might. The goals we conceded were appalling. We need to make some changes at half-time. Well, Tim, I'm not sure that the options are there to make many changes. Jack Legros, Rashford has Porro in his pocket. I mean, Porro's looked good going forward, I think, actually, but and obviously has the assist for the goal, but he's not the best right back. And in games against this, where they have a very strong left-sided forward or right-sided forward against our fullbacks, that's where we're in our most dangerous.
Especially because Fernandes, every time he's picking up in that midfield, and this is where I think Skip needs to come in more into the game. As soon as Fernandes picks up that ball, he's laid it at Garnacho, and then he's laid it over on the thing.
Yeah.
The thing is, Udogie's coped well better with it, but they've seen that Rashford is getting the better of Porro. So it's one of them at the moment. You've got to do something. I don't know what the answer is. Even I'm stumped.
I don't either. So Heath Bailey has said both Man United goals, they just ripped through our defence, and I can see them doing the same second half. Plus, who do we have on the bench? No one. Man City next as well. Well, all that's true.
Can't argue that.
Timothy Whittaker, Porro isn't a right back. He should have been our right winger, but we spent money on Brennan Johnson. Well, look, Brennan Johnson is a kid. He's a kid, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, he's played far more minutes than not only he would have expected at this stage, but also that Big Ange would have expected him to as well. He is still making his way in a kind of at a bigger club with a bigger squad, so he's not going to be as confident as Sonny to take the ball every time and drive. So I think we just have to, have realistic expectations sometimes. He's got a few assists, he's got a goal. Sure, we want more from him, but it's going to take a bit of time.
No, it will. You can see what he's trying to do. But do you know what? Ange wanted this guy, right from the sounds of it. He wanted to bring him in. So this is one of them where you go, the club have backed you on this. Let's see. But you have to give him time in this sort of squad, in this team.
Can I just add something there because it's relevant? And I want to talk about it. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, Mitchell Patterson. Johnson is the same age as Kulusevski. This he's a kid narrative doesn't work. Actually, I think in terms of football age, what it's about is your kind of experience, and especially experience at the size of clubs. And Kulusevski he's played at Juventus. Brennan Johnson came from Forest, and he was amazing in the Championship. He's had one season in the Premier League.
Yep.
I think it's not as simple as how old, what year were they born in. It's about football experience, in my opinion.
But if you look at Kulusevski last season, absolutely poor. Dross every single week. We were all complaining about Kulusevski last year, right? And it was a case of, because we saw what Kulusevski was like in the first 6 months under Conte, then he got injured, then he come back and he was awful. He was just as bad as Johnson. Yeah. But now he seems to have picked up under Ange. It's one of those, you do have to, it does take time. The problem we've got at the moment is that Johnson has to play every week. Yeah. We haven't got no one else.
The other thing is, I would say, Johnson, Man United have put Wan-Bissaka up against Johnson.
For a reason.
For a reason. Yeah. And Wan-Bissaka, and maybe he'll prove this wrong against me in this game, but he's not very good going forward. But he is an unbelievable, I'd say, top tier one-on-one defender. Yeah. And so Johnson's not getting much out of him, and that's not a huge surprise to me.
No, and it's not. And that's the thing. If it was the other way round and it was Dalot on Johnson, I think everyone would be complaining about Werner in the first half.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because I think everyone forgets how good Wan-Bissaka really is. He's a great defender. He's not great going forward, but he's a brilliant right back at defending.
I completely agree.
Yeah. So it is one of them. And to be fair, Johnson's got 2 crosses in. Yeah, they've not been great, but that, like you said, if Werner was at the back post, different. We're having a different conversation.
Yeah, I think we are. Look, there's a lot of kind of square pegs in round holes in this team at the moment. Yeah. Players for Tottenham in this first team, who Big Ange would not be picking if he had a choice. And therefore, what we've got to do, as we've been doing and had to do in the last 6 weeks, is try and find a result. Can we find a way to dig out a result?
And we've got to. And I think both our wingers have played okay. Richarlison's was good for the first half an hour, scored his goal, but he's been having to defend a bit too much. But I'm gonna say this: it's that three in midfield. If we can get that sorted, you'll see everyone else suddenly start coming into this game and actually probably producing.
Yeah, and also I think important to remember that Man United actually play pretty well against the better teams.
They do.
They tend to pick it up against the better teams.
Like they did against Villa.
And it's against kind of your Bournemouths and Nottingham Forests who they tend to.
They've struggled against.
They really struggle against, and those teams will play a bit more narrow. That's a shame that they've just replayed the Romero header off the bar. That's a real shame that we didn't get that one. But actually, I think he did as much as he can do. Mainu kind of really got his body in the way, and he's had to almost maneuver his head around the ball in the end. But yeah, very much a shame that it hasn't gone in. So the players are coming out for the second half now. Spurs are out. United waiting in the tunnel for everybody to be ready.
And make sure, where you can see in the description, make sure you subscribe to Barnaby.
Yes.
Is it Spurred On? Yes, Spurred On.
The Spurred On podcast. So if you press @BarnabySlater_, which is in the description box, you will see daily content from me about all things Spurs, and also follow @Southview Coys, where you can see Marlon and Ash.
And it's pinned to the chat. You can see it at the top, pinned. Yeah, please come over and subscribe to us lot as well, as we aim for that 2,000.
And of course, thank you so much for all of your support and watching this watch along so far. Do press subscribe to We Are Tottenham TV if you're not already. Press that bell button so you get notifications about Sim and Ben's daily content, endless daily content.
Endless.
8,000 videos a day. And I don't know how they have the stamina for it personally, but there we go. Golden Son says the big dog will get an assist. Who is the big dog?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's Dragusin.
Dragushin, yeah.
Dragushin.
Maybe it is.
I've got to get his name right. I'll get his name right.
Dragon Charlie Sheen. Man United now doing that thing where the players do a little warm-up on the side of the pitch before the second half, which I always think is very cute.
I think, next goal is so important for us. We need to get it.
They've just done the script. The last time Man United led a game at half-time and lost was 138 games ago. So it's
if it's going to be done by anybody, it'd be an Ange miracle.
Richarlison has kicked off. Should also say, guys, we will be doing a live fan call-in show after. So if you want to talk to us after this game, we'll do a 10-minute reaction, and then make sure you become a member. Oh, I'll tell you what, Højbjerg's just lost the ball. And United are in down the left. Rashford driving at the byline again, but it's Romero this time and it's gone out. That's the difference. When Romero's up against him, he has the strength to deal with it. Yep. But yes, if you want to speak to us after the game, make sure you're a member of We Are Tottenham TV, and then you can call in and speak to us. And hopefully, by then, we will have found a way to get a result in this game. Oh, lovely ball from Romero. Unbelievable. Skip has got all the time in the world and plays a horrible pass out to Werner.
That's not even...
But he's
gone, Werner. Lovely ball from Werner.
Bentancur.
Yes!
Top corner from Rodrigo Bentancur. And an assist for Werner, I think.
There you go.
So, I'm going for... I've just he's left me hanging there. But an unbelievable pass from Christian Romero between the lines into central midfielder. In central midfield. Ollie Skip has the freedom of the park, plays a horrible pass out to Werner, who loses his momentum but cuts back in and then lays it into Bentancur, takes it on his left, bangs it top corner, and he's onside.
Do you think Skip played that ball so he won't come in and shoot?
Yeah, I definitely did it on purpose.
But this is what I'm saying. This is the bit Werner's good at. And I've said this. Werner is good at all this stuff. It's when he gets on that one-to-one. But it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Johnny Evans.
Johnny Evans squares himself up and Bentancur takes an extra touch on his left and the finish whacks it into the top bin. Actually, it kind of goes down the middle in the end, but he's so close. He's kind of on the 6-yard box by the time he takes a touch.
If Onana stands up, does he save that? Because he's on the floor.
Yeah, he's gone down a little bit.
Yeah, we're both goalkeepers here.
To be honest, it's so close to him, though, that it's like you're trusting a luck, aren't you? You just try and make yourself as big as you can. For
me, though, in that situation, I'm standing up. I'm not getting down on my knee. That's what I'm saying. I'm relying on my legs to save it if it goes down low.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Højbjerg's won the ball back there. Oh, and had a chance to play it through, but Bentancur gets too much on it. 2-2, 47 minutes. 4 goals so far. 12 to come.
It's happening.
You said it. We will make chances.
We'll always make chances, and that's like Werner Johnson will make chances.
Oh, Destiny is driving from left back there. Oh, and he's played a horrible pass.
He played a really horrible pass.
Yeah, and now Rashford, who is definitely their most dangerous player. Romero's cut him off. Bad touch from Rashford.
Come on, Big Ange.
Oh, and tell you what, Fernandes just taken Romero out, and there'll be some retribution for that at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, do we take off Skip or Højbjerg? Or do we not?
I don't think he'll take either of them off, to be honest.
Do you think
unless we go down again.
Do you think he'll ride this out this will be the team until the end?
Yes, unless we go down 3-2 again, which is likely, I'd say. Ooh, Romero's just dummied Fernandes there and then just beating him around the outside. He's going to sit in him for Højbjerg, hopefully. Or Johnson. Oh, yeah, nice idea. Richarlison showed for him. That's worked out. Just win something here, Rishi. Win a throw-in. Well done. Well done.
I'm gonna say this, and I don't care. Look, Richarlison's had a really good game.
Yeah, he has. He's playing like a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the confidence of an early goal, like you said, has given him that. So this is interesting. What we said before, whoever scores sits back, and I literally just saw Pedro Porro go like this.
Yeah.
It's like, actually, I think Ange is probably
said to them, don't sit
the
back.
opposite.
Yeah, because
get into Richarlison's
this is what happened.
Oh,
Johnson's laid a lovely ball.
Oh,
lovely ball. He's a very good crosser of the ball.
He's a very, very good crosser. Now, Werner, you've got to work back here because Skip's ahead of the ball as well. Højbjerg's gone too much there. Get off the pitch, get off the pitch, get off the pitch. Yep. Yes.
So I was going to argue with there because I thought Højbjerg went at the right time, so he would lay, because he weren't in control. But
I just thought he sold himself.
No, I saw what he meant, but because of where he was running with the ball, it meant that he then had to lay that pass.
Yeah.
He picked the right moment to go.
Yeah.
Come
49
on,
minutes gone, 2-2.
I think we can get another one. I don't know
like
why.
I said at half time, there's something in this for us, but United will score again, for sure. So we're going to have to score 4 if we're going to win this game, as far as I'm concerned, at least. At least. Oh, giving him the eyes. What's he? Oh, nice touch, Rishi. Really nice. Get that. Good football through the midfield here. Oh, why did Johnson stop?
Because he went behind him. But
yeah, but anyway, he's kept it on just about. But it was like he was annoyed at the pass because the pass, was it from Bentancur?
Yeah.
Was behind him. What Romero is so much better at than the defenders we've had is drawing the player to him and then passing it past him so that Bentancur's played a lovely ball. I wonder if he's offside here, Porro, but he's in the front and Werner's at the back here. Good touch.
Pass it.
That's all right. He's won a corner. He's won a corner.
Good guy.
That's
all I want him to do. To be honest, that's all I want Werner to do is be there at the back post, lay the balls in.
Yeah. Almost don't shoot unless it's like a gilt-edged chance, right? Yeah.
So when he hit it over, I'd expect him to pass. But when the shot earlier where I said he should have hit the target, he has to shoot because there's no other options.
Yeah, totally agree. So another corner to Spurs. Porro has been delivering well so far today. Let's make another chance, boys.
You can sense Werner scoring the winner, can't you?
I love that. Oh, we've gone short this time. And Højbjerg's gone with the...
Oh, that's a terrible ball.
Skip backing away.
Come on, Porro. Just put it in the box.
No, that's all right. Destiny's got it.
Like you said, we need to score another 2 if we're going to win this. Come on, Spurs.
Needs an option here, Højbjerg.
Come on.
As well out to Romero. We're back on our halfway line here, but... Lovely ball from Romero. And a lovely
late
flick
left, late left.
Chance here for Richarlison, first time. Oh, so, I'm glad he went first time.
I'm glad he went. And he hit the target. He makes the keeper work.
He scuffed it a little bit, but it's lovely football. Yeah,
he has to. No one else is there. No one's in the box.
He just didn't get hold of it.
Yeah, and he's not going to try and beat a man, is he? He's not that sort of player.
Go on, Pierre. Well done, kid. Well done, Pierre. Oh, unlucky. Bruno Fernandes did well then. Eriksen's seen something. It's the big old switch. But for once, not a good ball from him, and Porro does well.
It's definitely not the Eriksen that we used to have.
Well, he didn't used to have to play balls from that deep. He was in the 10. That's where he's best. The little slide rule balls and the shots from outside the box. Bentancur coming to pick the ball up off the centre-backs there.
Come on, Spurs. Go on, Werner.
Again,
space.
With a lot of space on the left. Oh, and he's done him. He's absolutely done him. Go on, go for corner. Oh, it's a shame.
He's done all right there.
If I were him, I would have cut back on his right there and crossed it rather than tried to cross it with his left foot. But there's... Oh my God, brilliant from Romero. He's won it back off Fernandez. Oh no, we've done that again. Skip's played a horrible ball.
No.
But we're all right.
I blame Johnson there.
I didn't see it enough.
Yeah, I think that's more on Johnson.
Oh, jeez.
Pentacles everywhere at the moment.
I think that's gone off, is it? No. Lino says no, and that's good.
Go right, go right. No.
Romero is playing unbelievably.
Yeah, you can see what we've been missing.
Oh my God.
Well, you know, Royal has been playing great, to be fair.
Yeah, Royal's been fine. But the Ben Davies has been excellent, but in terms of what he gives us on the ball, it's chalk and cheese.
Yeah. But this is always going to be the problem.
Loads of space for Porro on the right, and Johnson. Oh,
he laid.
Oh, God.
Should have gone for Johnson.
Yeah, I wonder if he thought if he might be offside. Chance for an early throw from Højbjerg. He could have. Anyway, United are now what I will say about United right now, and it's not to say it'll stay this way, but they are doing what happens when Roy Keane has a meltdown and he shows clips and they're just jogging about. They are jogging about here a little bit, and Spurs need to take advantage of this because at some point something will happen and the crowd will get behind them and they'll start running again. Oh, nice. Højbjerg's just turned Wan-Bissaka there. Don't foul him, Johnson. Don't foul him. Just make him kick it out. Well done, Jet Brennan. Oh, he's been unlucky. Oh, unlucky. Well done, Porro.
Go on, Richie. Yeah,
yes.
Well done, Richie.
Oh,
and he's pulled it back.
He's won a free kick off Ericsson there. Ericsson never, ever wants to be with his facing his own goal there.
Never,
ever. Okay, this is a great chance for Porro to put the ball in the box here. It's a free kick about 25 yards out, but out wide. And Ericsson got caught wrong side of Richarlison, who again did really well there.
Very, very good game from Richie today.
Yeah, very good. Going to put one of my little stars next to Romero and Rishi. And he's got his goal, obviously. He's got some terrible tattoos, though, Richarlison, that's for sure.
I like them.
Well, it's subjective. It's okay, so, Porro. Chance to really whip in a good delivery here. Just don't put it straight in the keeper's arms and let them break.
He's at the front post.
Come on. Don't loop it into the keeper's arms and let them have a break.
This is like a Dele Alli situation.
Whip it flat into that gap. It's a good delivery.
Oh.
It's a corner, is it? I think it's a corner.
Yep, corner.
Bruno Fernandes. Come on, Spurs. Come on. Come on.
Since we scored, it's been all us, which was completely contrast to how the first half was going.
Come on.
Come on, just dropping the right spot.
It's a good delivery. It's good clearance from Johnny Evans, I think. And it comes out to Højbjerg. Werner's free for him. He'll probably bring this back, I would have thought, to the halfway line.
Of course he will. It's Højbjerg.
Oh,
he's looking for that cross diagonal ball, isn't he?
The keeper in the end here. Destiny's got it. And it does go back to the keeper, so we can reshape. It was a good delivery again, though. Johnny Evans did well. Vicario's trying to find a long ball here. Brennan Johnson. But Varane, I think, gets ahead of him. Well done, Porro. But Ericsson actually did well in a 50... Well, he had to be offside there.
Yeah, he's offside.
Højlund's offside. And Mickey van der Ven had control of it anyway. 2-2, 55 minutes gone. We look calm on the ball. That's one thing I will say.
Definitely look better in the second half.
They're going to bring Scott McTominay on soon, and he will score probably, I would have thought.
Because he'll get in those pockets, won't he?
That's good. Well
Come
done.
on.
All right, well done. See that? Ericsson. It's not where you want him. But I loved Ericsson when he was at Spurs. Unbelievable player.
He was a brilliant player. His work rate as well was underrated.
Incredible. So we got to throw in. Give it to Rishi there, yeah? Give it to Rishi.
Go on, he's only got Varane up against him.
Good turn, Rishi. Go on, win something. Well done, kid. Well done, Rishi. Really good. Really good, Rishi. That was proper number 9. Back to goal. Got it off the throw-in against a top-class defender, and he's won a corner. Good for you, kid. I can call him a kid because I'm 15 years older than him. So, it's not in a patronising way. It's not meant to be, anyway. Probably is. Probably is. I can't help it.
Is Johnson a baby then?
He's definitely a baby. Right, another corner. Come on. Come on, boys. Come on. 57 minutes.
Van der Ven, where are you?
Yeah. It's another good delivery. Oh, and it's well cleared this time by Evans again, I think. 35, yeah.
Well, Porro has decided that he's going to put all these good corners in one game after probably a mismatch over the last 19.
So many corners in this game. Bentancur is kind of free. I wonder if he might make a move to the front stick here. He has
done.
It's gone back stick. Chance for Werner on the volley. Oof. It was behind him. It was behind him. I have a feeling with Werner that actually almost like those more instinctive finishes might be his best chance, where he doesn't have to finish it.
To be honest,
think about it.
Yeah, no, that's how. And to be honest, at Chelsea, that's majority of his goals were like that when they were instinctive.
Tell you what, if he keeps that down, I'm not sure Onana's getting to that.
No, he wouldn't.
So they brought Eriksen off for McTominay. It's not a bad idea because I think they were lacking legs in central midfield.
Yeah. I was saying to someone the other day, Werner, like the 2 games that Werner, I could say, has actually played well in that I've seen him, where he's been brilliant, apart from the semi-final, was when he played for Leipzig against us.
Yeah.
And in that third round, I think we played him in, when it was like we had 4 games that week.
What, of the League Cup?
Yeah. And he scored that terrific finish.
Okay, Højlund's taking on Mickey van der Ven there, and he's done
really well.
How's your hamstring, Mickey?
Oh,
Destiny's done well there. Destiny's done well. Post. I think Vicario could have caught it.
I thought Vicario would have had it, but he probably doesn't. Yeah, we'll see here.
But this is good in that Mickey van der Ven had to test his hamstrings there, and he didn't pull up.
Yeah, I think Vicario needs to call him there.
Does, but better safe than sorry, I guess. But it's a corner to Man United. Good skill from Højlund, whose confidence is right up.
I think that's what's been interesting from him and Richarlison, actually. They both scored quite early to see how they would then adjust.
Vicario. Oh, that's gone all the way through. Good. Vinny, have we got any more water? Yeah. Sorry, mate. So, yeah, that was a corner there, and it's gone all the way through, and now Spurs have the ball with Romero, who plays it all the way up to Mickey van der Ven, who's under some pressure here, and he's looped it forward, and we lost the ball, but Destiny wins it back and gets it out to Werner, who plays a lovely ball. See? You're right. Højbjerg makes the run. That's a shame, but we've got it back to Bentancur. There should be some chances here. Good touch from Johnson. Get it across the front, and he has. It's another corner. Lovely stuff. Yeah. That was good stuff there. Oh, Højbjerg, the Viking, has gone down.
Which is, we don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing right now.
He just looks tired. Yeah. Maybe. Oh, yeah, that's a yellow card for McTominay. That should be a yellow card for McTominay.
He's won the ball first, though. It is the follow
Lovely boots. Look at the old Preds.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at those Predators back in the day.
All right, Pedro Porro with another corner. Must be our 12th, maybe. Oh, it's unfortunately gone all the way through.
I haven't checked the stats.
Yeah, you're usually my stat guy. Okay, Bentancur out wide. Just loops it into the keeper. Now they're going to have a break here. We've got to be careful. Well done, Richarlison. Got in front of the keeper there. That's good. That's what we didn't do for their first goal. Very important. Bentancur tried to put a cross in there from a very, very difficult tight angle while he was backing away and just lobbed it into Onana.
So this will be an interesting stat for you, though. We've had 65% of the possession.
Yeah, we tend to. We tend to. Oh, Werner. Dallow's done well there. And they're in too easily down the right here.
Van der Ven.
Oh, Mickey shows his pace.
That's Van der Ven of like the first 10 games, that was.
Yeah, that was class.
Yeah, we've had 9 corners to their 6.
Okay. So I said 12, so I was a little bit. That was good to see Van der Ven back up to full pace. Gets back, so Garnacho can't get through. Man United getting a little bit of possession here now. Yeah, last couple of minutes.
Feels like it's going to swing back in their favour for a couple of minutes.
Oh, don't let him run. Through. Oh, they're in here.
McTominay.
It's gone wide. It's gone wide. It's gone wide. And I'll be honest, so it breaks to him just on the right side of the box, and he kind of canes it, bottom left, and it just goes wide. Yeah. Wan-Bissaka, and it's a good challenge from Van der Ven there. I thought it was going to be a goal, so we've got lucky there. I
thought it was going to be the Wan-Bissaka going forward that you you bad-mouthed him about in the first half.
Well, didn't I say at the time he might prove me wrong? But yeah, United just winning the ball back quicker now. Yeah, and Mainu has got it. Oh, Porro's done well. Oh, okay.
I think follow through. I think
it's a free kick to Spurs.
Come on, Spurs. We've definitely been better in the second half. We've been the better team.
Yeah, Gary Neville's just said on co-coms that Spurs have been much better, but that Lisandro Martinez is coming on. So just like Romero, this is his first game back from injury, but he's been out all season pretty much.
So Johnny Evans.
Well,
this will be interesting.
It's been amazing, so I don't mind that. Although arguably his fault for the goal, I guess. Well, there's a script coming on the pitch.
Yeah, you say that, but I don't think there's more he could have done. He probably could have come out to him a bit quicker.
he just kind of
it's because he
squared up,
hesitates, doesn't he?
Martinez. Scripty. Romero's just played a lobbed ball up to Destiny Udogie and didn't win it.
Oh, he's caught out of position. Where's Destiny? Destiny's caught out of position here. Yeah. Garnacho on the right-hand side. Lovely cross, but Vicario.
Okay, now who's there? Ah, damn it, nothing.
We ain't got no one quick enough on the break, have we? Well, we should do, with Johnson and Werner.
Pierre in an area here he doesn't usually want to be, actually, and he's got no options, but he does well to get out to Werner. Destiny's made a little run for him.
Come on, Spurs.
Skippy has kind of been a bit anonymous this second half, I have to say. That's not to suggest we have any other options, really.
69% of possession in the second half. Yeah. Enough said.
But I don't feel like we made a big change or anything.
No.
Tactically.
I think we just got on the ball a little bit more than we have done.
Yeah.
Because in that first half, it was too much. Yeah. It was allowing United to do things to us, and we shouldn't be. They're not that.
I think this is where it comes down to what you said before the game: belief. Do we believe we can win this game? It's a great ball from Bentancur into Brennan Johnson. Richarlison's not in his usual position, so Johnson's holding it up. Just try and win something here, Johnson. Just win a corner. It's a bad cross-back stick. There's nobody there, and actually Garnacho ends up... Oh, Destiny Udogie's done incredibly to win it off... Just drive, win a penalty. Yeah, why not? He's gone down there. It's not been given, but it'd be interesting to see... It's broken to us again. Go on, Rishi. No, you're never going to win that. Be interesting to see if VAR find a touch there and slow it down. We need them to really slow it down and hope there's a touch there.
To be fair, because no one else calls for it, which makes me no us.
Yeah, it's not going to be a pen.
No.
In fact, the touch is after he goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone down already. It's a bit embarrassing, actually.
Yeah, I always discover that. You can always tell a pen by other players' reactions.
I'll tell you what, Rashford's in here.
Oh, he looked off.
No, he didn't. He's going to go on his left. Oh, bit of luck for him again.
Romero.
Well done, Romero.
Romero.
Comes away with the ball. Now he needs an option. Oh. Get that.
Skippy.
Oh, Skippy.
Unlucky.
He's done well, though, there.
Go on, Werner. Who's injured?
Who is? No, please, no.
Udogie and Romero. Oh, Udogie.
No.
Not Udogie. I meant Van der Ven and Thing were okay.
What's happened? I didn't see anything with Udogie. Oh, it's from before. Okay. Does he get stamped on or something? Well, we've done well there, actually, because he's completely free at the back. So if Rashford looks up, Rashford's a bit selfish there. Yeah. So I wonder if Udogie's gone down here because he's got a little stamp and they're trying to get VAR to see it. Does he get a stamp?
No,
it's nothing, which makes me worried that he might be badly injured.
Yeah,
because he rolled his ankle.
Yeah.
I cannot bear this.
Van der Ven left back. Dragusin. I'm going to get his name right by the end of this. Coming on.
I just can't bear the bad luck and the injuries. I can't bear it. And it's always to our most important players. If he's rolled his ankle there, that's...
6 weeks.
Depends what grade it is, I guess. 65th minute. Come on, Udogie. Get up.
Yeah, I don't think Royal will come on.
Okay, Udoggie's getting to his feet. He's limping.
As they say, moving a bit gingerly.
Yeah, he's a bit ginger. He's walking gingerly, but he might stay on here.
Yeah. I love that word.
Yeah, he looks all right.
Such an old school commentator.
Okay, that's good news that he looks all right.
Yeah, he looks all right.
Romero has been absolutely colossal so far.
Romero's been brilliant. But it's confidence of playing next to his centre-back.
Yeah. Doggie's still ginger, but you're going to... Neville is redoing his script of the away team having 5 or 6 players missing. Come on, let Udogie back on then. The ref's not letting him back on. Let him back on. Let him back on. Thank you. Oh, just embarrassing. Fucking rule. Oh, Wan-Bissaka's done well there and off the left. Now give an easy ball. Nice. Now find someone, Bent. Okay, do it easy. Well done. That was good stuff from Spurs there. won the ball back and played it calmly around. Pierre always just looks more panicked on the ball, but he's actually played a beautiful ball there. And Werner is in at the back here.
Go on, Werner. Just
drive at him and get
pass to
in.
someone.
Yeah. Drive. Keep driving. He's gone for the line again and he's won a corner again. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
This is the bit I don't mind about him. But he needs to, yeah. It is what it is. He's here. He's a threat. He's a threat.
You've just mirrored what Gary Neville just said. He said he's always a threat.
But.
And that he could be more precise in the final part of his game.
Oh, yeah. See?
Come on, boys. Good delivery.
Hands on his knees. He's breathing a little bit, isn't he?
It's another good ball. And
that was on the
money. Skip, your chance, boy. It's a good strike. Oh, optical illusion looked like it was going in. Off the deflection. It's gone out for a corner to Spurs again. It's a good strike from Skippy. Good technique.
That was a fabulous corner. That is on the money.
Shame.
Someone needs to attack that.
Oh, it's a good block.
And Skip
plays it. No,
McTominay, yeah.
That's what Skip needs. One of those to go in the top bin. Like, make him vital. 68 minutes. I've been saying all week, I predict that we'll lose gloriously today. But we're playing well. Chance! Chance! Oh, it didn't drop for us. Looked like we won the first header there.
It looked like it hit someone's hand.
I hope it did. Careful here, Pierre.
Hojbjerg's back.
Hojbjerg's
trips over his own feet.
Meme. He's just memed himself there, big time. Oh, and the ref saved us a little bit there.
Yeah.
So Man United won a throw, and they wanted to throw early, but the ref has saved us by making him go back. Hojbjerg there, running back to his own goal, and trips over his own feet, and that will be memed for sure. Absolute full-scale memeage, especially if we lose. If we lose, they'll blame
that one incident
him for that. Yeah. Okay, Mainoo's just played it into the channel. Udogie's in a good position. He's going to try and see it out, and he does so. 20 minutes of normal time to go. Well done, Werner, there. God, I can't wait for Basuma. Well done, Pierre. And Romero opening his legs up a bit. Don't do your hammy, though, Romero. Just chill out. Well done. And give him an option. Good stuff. Go on, put him in again. Oh, Johnson, but Martinez is there. Well played. Now, don't foul him. Don't. Oh, well done, Johnson. No,
Poor Johnson. He's now up against Martinez and Wan-Bissaka. Probably Man United's two best defenders.
True. I think he's done all right today, Johnson. I think he's done all right. Martinez showed a little bit of pace that Johnny Evans didn't have there to come across and cover.
There's only one man I know that Wan-Bissaka always struggles against.
Go on.
Son.
All right.
Always.
Okay, we've got the ball back again, though, with Van der Ven in the centre circle. Udogie's trying to make him an option out wide, but it comes back to Romero. I'm with you. We've played very well this half, I have to say.
Yeah.
And Romero's played a lovely pass out into Johnson, who gives it to Hojbjerg, who wants Porro to make a run for him. And that's why, because he plays a terrible ball. Have they got in each other's? Well done, Richie.
Go on, Richie, again.
Brilliant. Comes back and wins it back. Well done. Well done, Spurs. Oh, no. Bentancur tried something a little bit too paradise there. We've lost it, but we've put the pressure on the press. Mainoo now, and he's got two around him. Oh, a bit of luck for United there. Where's that ball going? Oh, he's offside first, isn't he?
Yeah, thank God.
He's offside.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spurs win offside there. I didn't think that was... I didn't see it, but... Yeah, he's offside. Rashford staying down for a bit. Okay, a little time for some comments, maybe. Let's have a look. What's going on with my computer?
You're frozen. Got nice just saying Richie is so good today.
Yeah.
Mr. Oof Block saying Dragoo is needed.
I don't think Dragoo is needed at the moment, to be honest. I think they're playing really well, the two centre halves.
I think a lot of people are trying to want to see him, and I don't know. I don't get why, because that's not our problem area.
Well, just because he's a new player.
Yeah.
I don't know why the computer. Oh, here we go. I've been dumb. That's why. Tom Scott, Madders and Son would have had this Man United team on toast. I mean, I actually agree with Bissouma as well. To be honest, I think, yeah.
When you look at the game, Man United should count themselves lucky they're playing us now and not in 2 months' time.
Yeah, that's exactly Neville's script. Porro has just played a very dangerous ball, and Højbjerg has lost it, and now United are in.
So
coming at us.
Oh,
Well, Fernandes just played a very. Tell you what, we're lucky there. Wait, hold on. Van der Ven has gone down. He's all right.
He stretches a lot, doesn't he, Van der Ven?
He does.
Yeah,
He does.
like even before he loves to stick out his foot and his legs overextending.
Yeah. We got lucky. Didn't get a touch there. So basically, a big Hoik cross comes in from Fernandes from deep, and Van der Ven is kind of stretching backwards, and he doesn't get a touch on it. As a result, it goes through to Vicario. But if he got a touch, that might have been very ugly for Spurs. But it came from Højbjerg with a misplaced pass, which he's just done again. But we got lucky. Put him in. Oh, tell you what. Oh, lovely Rishi. Lovely Rishi.
Oh, well done, Skip there, because he's told, don't play it to me, I'm off.
Better from Højbjerg there into Bentancur's feet and into Skip. Go on, take a touch and put him in that hole. It's a good ball. Nobody really there, though, for Johnson, and it goes straight to the keeper. I don't think he needs to hit that first time when he sees that there's no one there.
That's where he's frustrating, and that's where people are getting frustrated with him, because he doesn't need to do that.
Decision-making, basically. And he's going to get a yellow card there, I think, Johnson, is he?
I think he's frustrated with his performance today.
Yeah.
It's not been his worst.
No.
Like, he hasn't done anything.
He's working.
Yeah, he's working. Like, I think all three of them are working hard.
There's going to be a winner in this game, I think. Don't know which way it's going to go, but the glorious failure.
Oh, you doggy. Don't get caught.
It's done well there. Pierre's done well. And Udoggy's done beautifully. And give it again. Needs an option. Got it from Udoggy, of course. Who gives it nicely to Bentancur, who picks out Porro beautifully. Oh, he's put too much on it, Porro.
And it's the one person I would have loved that falling to.
Porro with a slide rule ball to Rishi.
Yeah. Him or Bentancur, I'd have loved to have been in that position.
It was a beautiful move by Spurs, and he's just overhit it, and it's gone through to Onana and United now.
A lot of people in the chat are not taking Johnson at the moment.
Oh, Rashford's put a good ball through here to Højlund.
No, Vicario's got it.
Vicario's done well. Saw the bounce coming.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is about Ange, but he makes me feel comfortable.
Well, the good thing is, like, even if we lose this game, we played beautifully. And, you know, this second half especially. He's in here, Werner. He's in. It's a great ball from Højbjerg, to be fair. Rishi is... Oh,
he's offside. Apparently, that's the stat that came up with Werner. He's offside a lot.
Yeah. My Chelsea friend said that he gets offside a lot, like Jermaine Defoe. He shouldn't be offside here, really. He's looking across the line.
I think he's on.
He's on. Yeah, he's
on. No, I think he's on there.
At the bottom there. He's been unlucky there. It's a foul from Destiny. Yeah, I'm surprised the lino actually gave that, if you think about it. They're supposed to delay it.
It's probably because it's so... I think the Edison injury's making them rethink.
Right. Is Edison going to be out for the cup game? Well done, Højbjerg. He is working hard. Can't say he's not. The Vikings. 76 minutes gone. 2-2. Big Ange prowling the touchline.
This would be a big statement, Ange. Old Trafford.
Don't say that, Marlon. We don't talk about things like that till the end, Marlon, old boy. No.
It's Ange. Ange makes me talk like this.
No, like I said, the good thing is, like, even if United get a goal, which they tend to do in these games against us to win it, we've played really well. People will talk well about us. Gary Neville will still say we've got a lot of round pegs in square holes, etc. Whatever the correct way of saying it is. I don't think there is one. And therefore, it's been a good performance. Oh, Rishi went down there. You know, sometimes you get those decisions.
Yeah, he has gone in the back of him.
You've got to work him there, Werner. Werner, you've got to work there. Dallow's just run away from Werner.
He's out. He's tired.
They're coming at us now with Garnacho. Garnacho against Destiny. He goes on the outside. It's a good cross. And Porro puts it up for a corner. I don't mind that.
That was what he needed to do. 13 minutes left, plus injury time.
It's a good ball from Garnacho. He just did a Beckham and got a touch around Destiny and whips it in.
This game, like on a negative part, reminds me a lot of when Ronaldo scored his hat-trick.
Right.
The way the game went, because we got back into it and everything like that, and then it took a bit of brilliance.
Corner coming in from Fernandes. It's a deep one. Oh, they're going for the big volley, and he's absolutely air-shotted it, and Rishi's down in the box. Oh, and Destiny's been turned there by Garnacho, but his strength is so good.
Yeah.
Brilliant from Destiny. Now do the right pass here, Werner. Oh, you put your mate in trouble there. Win a foul here, Rishi. Win a foul. Oh, God, he's done well. Giving it to Højbjerg. Højbjerg, give it to someone else. Good stuff, Spurs. Pedro Porro has tried a through ball to Brennan Johnson. And I tell you what, it's Mainu. Oh! Oh! Word. Anywhere else on the pitch, he gets a foul for that, but not there. And the game is stretching now. 78th minute. And the crowd are enjoying the stretch. They're getting a bit of momentum.
Yeah. Come on. Just don't let Fernandes on the ball.
Oh, Romero has done brilliantly there. Oh, wow. And Fernandes just went full metal jacket into Romero. And Bentancur's lost the ball. Fernandes is really getting on it.
Oh, that's a lovely ball.
Well done, Destiny. At the back stick, clears it for corner. Just this last minute, United have enjoyed a couple of strong tackles and the fans are getting into it. But Destiny did the right thing at the back there. Just heads it clear for a corner without hitting his own post this time, which was appreciated. But that was a fun 50-50. Fernandes just went absolutely 100% into Romero.
I was expecting Romero to retaliate, if I'm being honest, but he kept his calm. Maybe the captain armband.
Corner comes in.
Oh,
God. Oh, and that's a clash of heads in the middle. And it's Richarlison's gone down. Richarlison did really well to get up there, to be fair. He's had a really good game.
Great game. And look, I criticise Richarlison a lot, but today he's done everything, like you said, that a number 9 should do.
Yeah. Brilliant defensive header because Scott McTominay's in behind him there.
Brilliant defensive header.
Wins a free kick for his troubles. 10 minutes to go. Werner comes off.
He's going to stick his heels.
He's done all right, I think. I'll give him a 6.5. Brian Hill on, as I suggested.
Hold on. He's got an assist. Give him a 7.
7 then, for the assist. All right, fair enough. So I've had this with the ratings on this show before. So I give kind of 6 if they play okay, and then anything, then you have to start doing things.
Yeah, he got an assist.
Yeah, you're right.
So you got to give him a 7.
This has got to go to Romero, I would have thought. Well, Vicario gives it to Van der Ven, who opens his legs out. Has he got an option there? Oh, it's a lovely ball into Hill. Oh! Ooh. Brian Hill nearly picked out Richarlison with an unbelievable through ball.
Peach, that would have been. Jeez.
All right, prediction game. How many times will Brian Hill be knocked off a game? Oh,
Rishi.
Rishi's just played a horrible ball in midfield. Rashford gets it out.
Oh, Porro, you've gone too far.
They're in.
Porro, Rashford.
Through to Vicario. So, prediction game. How many times will Brian Hill get knocked off the ball in a way that if it was any other player, he would get a free kick, but because Brian Hill's so small, he won't? I'm going to say twice.
I'm going to go once.
Okay. 10 minutes to go. Twice does seem high, but it's my game. So,
it's your game. So I'm playing.
So Spurs play the ball around the back here. Don't forget, guys, we're going to have a post-match live show afterwards.
Come on, you Spurs.
It'll be on the same stream as well. So stay behind for that. We'll do a 10-minute reaction show first, and then it'll be the post-match call-in show. Just playing it around a bit. Højlund is pressing us, but Bentancur and Romero get round it with some nice passing, and Porro joins in. Oh, lovely football from Spurs, and Skippy gets it out to Johnson, and Skippy makes a good run in behind him. Johnson's going to cut in. Chance for Hill, though. It's too... Yeah, he's just coming in at the back. He's too small. Don't foul him here, Destiny.
I'll tell you something I have loved today. Romero, Porro, and Bentancur as a triangle.
Amazing.
Basuma's gonna have a... Is Basuma gonna struggle to get in? I know what you're saying. I think
it'll be Basuma, Bentancur, and
Maddison. The dragon is coming on.
Dragushin is coming on. Who do you think that'll be for then? I think they're bringing him on in the hope we get some corners,
Good point.
Oh, lovely from Skip there. Richarlison. And Hill's made a little run for him. Hill! It's got a corner. It's a corner. Get Dragushin on now.
Could you imagine? First touch, bang. He'll be a hero.
You've got to say you'd think it'd be Romero, wouldn't you? He's coming on for.
Yeah, I hope not.
He's
Because
done really
Romero's had a really, really good game.
Yeah, I agree. So corner to Spurs, in swinger from Porro. 82 minutes gone. I'm trembling a little bit. I'm not sure if it's because it's cold in here or because I'm getting nervous or both.
Nervous. You've been nervous since I got here.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, flick on at the front. Can it fall for us? It hasn't. And they clear. Destiny's there, and he's going to go back.
Give it to Bentancur. Give it to Bentancur. Just give it to Bentancur.
The deliveries
Thank you,
today
Destiny.
from Porro have been great.
No, they've been on a lot of them. Yeah, 90% of them have been literally where you want them to be.
Højbjerg out to Hill, who's come to the right flank for now. Højbjerg, maybe just do it easy. Yeah. Hill tries to turn. Oh, he's played a lovely ball there, Hill. And actually, Porro went too early there with his round the corner ball. But you can see why. It was Angie. It was Angie to try and get that through ball in. Good pressing from Rishi on Onana here. Plays it out wide, and Hill is now on the left flank. And Skip has to do some work to chase McTominay, who gets it out wide easily to Garnacho, cutting inside. Oh, Højbjerg was nowhere near him there, but Garnacho does well. And out it comes to Rashford. Wan-Bissaka making an outside run for Rashford, who gets past Johnson too easily, and that's a dive. Well,
He played for it.
Do you know what? This is a worry. He's given the free kick here, ref, and if they then VAR this and it's in the box, it's going to be a penalty.
No, it's out. He's out. Rashford's out.
But on the line is in, so you've got to be careful here, Porro.
But Rashford has to be in, doesn't he? He has to be fully in the box for it. Even though Porro's on the line, Rashford has to be in.
This is a very dangerous free kick, so it's on the side of the box. Look.
Yeah, but his feet. Yeah, but it's both his feet. Yeah, both his feet are out. They can't. If they made.
It's been given as a free kick. It's been given as a free kick.
They shouldn't even bother look at that.
Skippy, I think, is coming off for Dragushin. So is that going to be Romero? Is that 3 at the back, or is that Romero going into central midfield? So anyway, this is a dangerous free kick because I think Rashford, if Rashford takes this.
I thought Angelo do free.
If Rashford or Bruno take this. So it's Bruno. I think he's just going to go for goal here and flat.
Yeah, he's going to go flat.
Hope that it may get a deflection. He's going to go for that far stick, probably, don't you think? This is very dangerous for Spurs.
And his deliveries today have been on point. So when he has got the ball,
Vicario is going to have to stay strong here.
Stay very, very strong.
I predict he's going to whip this at pace, or he's going to lay it back to someone on the edge of the box for a whack. But it's Fernandes, so I would have thought he'll shoot.
I think Bentancur and Draghi should swap.
And it's deflected and it's gone all the way out
Hill?
for throw-in. Surely not.
If that was Hill, that was a crap free kick. Because he's like the shortest man on the pitch.
I know, just pleased. But anyway, so they've got a throw-in now. Let's just stay strong here, boys. Got 3 around the ball here. Rishi, you push. Yeah. Keep pushing, Rishi. Well done. Still working hard, Rishi. Good lad. Can't lose it. Lose it. Oh.
It's close.
Lose it. Oh.
Lissandro Martinez is quality, though.
Yeah, he is. And Fernandes made a good run in the box here. Where's Vic? Oh, Romero does well. Romero does beautifully, gets his body in the way. So what's happening here? Dragushin and Romero and Van der Ven? Let's see. So Van der Ven's still on left. Richarlison, yeah, I think they've gone to a 3 at the back. Yeah, Dragushin's out here and he's going to get his first touch now. Opens it out. Gives a lovely ball into Porro. Needs to find... Oh my God, that's brilliant from Porro. That was brilliant from Porro. And Højbjerg, yes, go on. Go on, Destiny. Wait. Okay, Brian Hill, now get it across the front to Richarlison. Who's that?
Oh, just laid it behind him.
Oh. Van der Ven does brilliantly there. And Højbjerg does well. And Van der Ven's gone down.
Udogie.
Van der Ven's gone down. Van der Ven's gone down. I think it's his hamstring. I think he's holding his hamstring.
It's the other one.
Is it cramp? It's cramp.
Oh,
looks like it's cramp. Yes!
Cramp.
I love you, Cramp!
Cramp.
I love you, Cramp.
He hasn't played, so thank God it's Cramp. And I got worried because I thought it was his left again, and I was like, oh no.
I'm worried about this Anthony sub because me and my friend who's a big United fan just think Anthony is so bad. And we text a lot all the time, and now I'm nervous that I've jinxed it. So I've said it to hopefully not jinx it. Okay, 87 minutes gone, 2-2. I still think there's a big chance and a potential winner in here for either side, I have to say. What do you think?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because someone's put hashtag we love cramp.
Yeah, exactly. It happened in the last game as well. I can't remember who it was, but hashtag we do love cramp.
Sorry, repeat the question. I wasn't listening.
Don't worry, doesn't matter. Interesting, we've gone to this 3 at the back. This is something that Ange hasn't done in this season yet. And Vicario goes long now. Brennan Johnson doesn't really and he's offside. Well, if Van der Ven's not moving right, then maybe bring him off and bring on Donnelly or something.
Yeah.
Just for the last few minutes.
Yeah, like he brought him on against, was it City?
Oh, Van der Ven had to win a header there. Anthony on the board. He's going to do a step over or two, I would have thought. Destiny does well there. Well done, Destiny wins a throw-in. Thank you to the 2,300 of you watching, guys. Make sure you're subscribing if you're not already. Emerson Royale is going to come on now for Van der Ven, which is the right decision. They've got 2 centre halves on.
Yeah, and he's limping. That's cramp.
Yeah, it's just cramp.
Yeah.
Cramp's horrible, isn't it?
Oh.
He's had a great game, Van der Ven, I think.
No, he's had a good game. He's had a really good... No, he's made it the defence or the back four assured.
Could he bring Royale... Sorry to interrupt. Could he put Royale at right back here and push Porro into central midfield? Is that a possibility? 88 minutes.
We're about to find out. Because I don't know what he's going to do. And just surprising me at the moment.
I kid you not, Royale is wearing 2 pairs of gloves.
And happy birthday, Emerson Royale.
Yeah. Throw into Spurs on the left flank. Defensive throw. And Hill has lost the ball there, but won it back and lost it again. But it's tight areas. And Destiny challenges and wins.
So it looks like it's still a back 3, but it looks like Royale's come onto the right side of it and
Dragushin's gone in the middle.
Yeah, I'm calling him the Dragon.
Oh no, Dragushin's gone on the left.
Gone on the left.
Oh, Rishi, stretch. Well done. Great ball. Bentancur, oh, bad touch, unlucky. That was very unlucky. And a good ball for Martinez. And Romero has just gone and cleaned him out. He's going to get a booking for this. Surely, Romero. He got his retribution on Fernandez there.
He don't forget.
I don't think he's been booked for that, strangely. But Fernandez, United now have a free kick in the centre circle. Are they going to put it into the box, I wonder?
Yeah,
Oh, Brian Hill tried to cut out a cross there, but it didn't happen. Well done, Destiny. Is that a corner? It's a throw-in. Well done, Destiny. Doggies defended well there.
Only 5 minutes.
5 minutes added, but United have a little bit of tempo here. Fernandez puts a cross in. Well cleared by Dragushin. And a win. Well done, Brian Hill, who challenged for the ball there, and Pierre gets it away. He needs to find Rishi, who finds Hill. Can you find someone else, Hill? Yes, you have. Good football from Spurs. Now, Brennan, make him a run. Because Porro's on the ball. No, he's run away from him, Brennan Johnson, unfortunately. Brian Hill has made him a little run inside. And there he is, Hill. Cultured on the ball always, Hill. Gets it out now to Porro. I'd keep this for a little bit, but he's put the cross in, and it's a good cross. It was a good cross. It's going to go out for throw in the other end. Højbjerg finds Destiny. He must be knackered. He's run all game. Well done. He's played brilliantly, I have to say. I'm going to give him a little one of my stars.
Like someone said earlier, they love you in your notebook.
Yeah. Dragushin finds Højbjerg, who hasn't played badly himself, I have to say, Højbjerg. 4 minutes to go. Vicario lays it out to Romero, who slightly tiredly finds Dragushin, who finds Hill on the left. We're just popping it about a little bit. Dragushin finds Romero. Wonder if it's... Plays it out presumably to Porro. Yes, Porro in lots of space down the right. Don't think he wants to find Johnson because he thinks Martinez probably got the better of him. And there... Johnson's lost it there. That's why I think Porro didn't try and find him. Well done. Well done, Porro. Well done. 92 minutes. 3 minutes to go. Can't help but think there's a chance in this game.
There's one more in it.
As they flick to Ratcliffe and Ferguson. Ferguson in the flat cap. Going all Peaky Blinders on us.
With Mr. David Pleat behind him. Mr. Ratcliffe.
Oh, they're in down.
Oh.
He looked offside to me there, Anthony. Didn't you think?
Come on. Just don't do
Well,
anything.
Brian Hill beaten easily by Dallo down the right there. You got to stand up, Destiny. It's a good cross, but Vicario does well. So strong there. And he's slowing it down a bit now.
Do you know what? Vic has surprised me. Like, every week, he surprises me.
Yeah. And he throws it out to Royale on the right, who needs an option, to say the least. Who does he find? Johnson's done well. He's got ahead of Wan-Bissaka there, but Wan-Bissaka catches him up and Johnson's gone down. And now United have the ball and the crowd are a bit with them. They like that. Garnacho out on the left now. Someone's got to engage him. And Porro does. And he's not given a foul that time. I thought it might have been.
No, because he goes down after.
Rishi does well. Find him. Well done. Brian Hill. Keep going, Rishi.
Go on, Hill. Just keep the ball.
He's going to keep the ball, but he needs someone to offer him something forward, and he hasn't. Højbjerg. Just do it easy, Pierre. Well done, Hill. Good stuff from Brian Hill there. A lot of space in this game, which suits Hill, I think, where it's not so cluttered.
Yeah.
No bodies kind of knocking him off. And a good knock from Dragichin there. At least it got there. Well done, Brian. Dragichin going to go back to the keeper, and he might have to go long here, Vic. He doesn't. Oh, he does. Left-footed. And actually, Destiny Udogie thought he wanted a foul then, didn't get one, so United get the ball.
That's my man, Bentancur.
Bentancur's been given man of the match.
Bentancur's been given a man of the match, but
he scored a brilliant goal.
He has been brilliant.
We're into the last minute of the game now. United have the ball, unfortunately. Ball comes out to Wan-Bissaka. He's presumably going to go to Garnacho now. He's going to drive.
Go on,
You need to stop the cross there, and they haven't.
No.
And McTominay has a free header from 6 yards out, and just like in the first game against Man United, we've not marked them up, and they have thankfully let us off the hook.
Well, yeah, they did, didn't they? Because they missed so many chances in that game at the lane.
But this is a problem we have. We don't engage crosses. That was Johnson and Porro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, problem all season.
We've been very lucky there. United, you might say, have been lucky because we've been much better than them, but he's literally 6 yards out and he's headed it over the bar.
But you can see Dragichin there has looked behind him and gone, where are you lot?
Right. We've been very, very lucky there. Very, very lucky. Usually they go in at Old Trafford, it's fair to say. Oh, we've lost the ball again already, though. They might be in here, but that's all right. Vic. Okay, the time has gone now. I'd be happy for the ref to blow here, to be honest. And he has. 2-2, that's a good result. I think we'll take that all day, guys. We are going to go to the instant match reaction. Thank you so much for watching. Come on, you Spurs. Hi guys, welcome to We Are Tottenham TV. This is our instant match reaction to the Manchester United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2 game at Old Trafford. It was a basketball game from the start. It was end to end. It was exactly what you'd expect from a big Ange Tottenham Hotspur performance. But I would say, especially because Man United had an unbelievable chance to nick the points at the end, it's a good result for Spurs. And actually, Marlon from at Southview Coys is with me today. A good performance from Tottenham Hotspur, especially considering all of the injuries we've got.
Yeah, no, look, I think we both said from the beginning, it was always going to be that midfield three that was our major concern. Everything else kind of fell into place. Look, there's going to be parts of the season when we've got our full team that we probably will see that front three at some point, like during games. So it's not a case of, you know, that's not down to injuries, but that midfield was, because you got Skip, Højbjerg, and Bentancur, who Bentancur, Højbjerg and Skip are very similar. But I thought we played well. I thought Bentancur, yes, he had to bring his level down a bit, just to what Skip and Højbjerg were doing. Right. But it worked. Everything was working. The goals we conceded are down to us just not clearing our lines. Yeah. And you can see it. And it's not the first time this has happened to Spurs. But, you know, you get in those situations at Old Trafford, we're going to get punished. It's Spurs' luck, as you said from the beginning. But let's be completely honest. We had more possession. We had more shots. We've completely gone to Old Trafford and been the better team. Yeah, we have to say that. But
especially in the second half. Yeah. Especially in the second half.
So it's actually, I'm coming out of that game now a bit disappointed. Yeah. I'm not completely happy. Yeah, it weren't complete Ange ball, but it was Ange ball in moments. And I think the biggest problem we had was when it went to 1-1, we should have done what we done in the second half when we scored the second and had more of the ball and not let Man United come back into it.
Yeah.
But they did. They scored a great goal.
I think one of the biggest positives for me is it's another step towards the end of this month when we're going to have all of our players back.
We hope.
And we're going to have, well, yeah, but certainly the players back from the AFCON at the beginning of February, and hopefully Sonny at the beginning of February from the Asian Cup, and then Maddison isn't far away from everything I hear.
Yeah.
And it shows once again how invested this squad are to the way Ange wants them to play, because we weren't afraid to go to Old Trafford and play our way. We continuously broke their press and played it out of the back beautifully and found players like Oliver Skipp and Rodrigo Bentancur in acres of space in the midfield. And I think as a United fan, you'd be watching that tonight being like, we are so far behind Tottenham Hotspur at the moment. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, because if you look at it, look, the Wan-Bissaka playing at left back was a big key moment, and I think Ten Hag has got that spot on.
Yeah,
right. No matter there's going to be a lot of chat between Spurs fans, and we might in the post-match show as well, where a lot of people are going to say Johnson didn't play well, Johnson this, Johnson that, and we saw it in the chat today. But the problem you've got is he was up against Wan-Bissaka and Varane, and then when Evans came off, he was then up against Martinez.
Top players.
They're top players, and that there was a reason why Man United saw Johnson as the threat with his pace. But Werner, on the other side, ends up getting an assist for Bentancur because that's what Dalot's going to allow him to do. Yeah. Right? And also Werner has that chance in the first half where Johnson weren't getting that out of the other two. So if Wan-Bissaka was on the other side, I think we'd be here moaning about Werner instead. Yeah. But it is what it is. And Johnson, he played okay. He weren't terrible, but I get, it's 50 million pounds that we put down on him, but there's going to be a lot of games like this. And I think you're right in the fact is we probably wasn't expecting him to play this much. Yeah,
that's exactly what I think. I think chronologically going through our goals, it gives a good opportunity to talk about Richarlison's performance. I think you mentioned earlier today that you've given him some stick.
Oh, I've given him, definitely.
Today, for me, was absolutely his best number 9 performance in a Spurs shirt. Not just because he scored a goal. In fact, take away that goal. That was a good goal from a set piece, a good headed goal. But his hold-up play, his work rate, his pressing from the front was unbelievable. And I think, if I was doing a player ratings with Sim tomorrow, I would be giving him a strong 9.5 out of 10. And he's shown something today that I think hopefully can persuade a lot of the naysaying Spurs fans that actually he could do a really great job for us in the medium to long term.
What he's got to do, though, is not wait to score in the first 10 minutes. He's got to play like that. Like the next game, he doesn't wait. He's got to have the confidence to play exactly the same way, right? Because the only thing that I will give him, I'll criticise him today is, I thought he should have been, for corners, he should have been on the end of a lot more. He should have made himself a bit busy like he did for the goal, right? But that's not, when I say a criticism, he's done so well at everything else, that's just minor. It's just one of them situations where I go, if you've had that sort of performance in a number 9 shirt, that I'm not asking him to come off. Yeah. So his hold-up play was good today. Everything was just in the right areas. And I think for him, especially when, like I said, you got Wan-Bissaka, Varane, and even Johnny Evans, and played well. I think Dalot was the weak link. Right? But Richarlison, he won the ball back in the right areas. And even for Man United's second goal, he was way too bad. Where he was, he should have been
hard. It was Kane-ish in his want to kind of get involved and help the team.
The fact that Skipp and Højbjerg at the beginning of that move were more near to the top than he was, just showed you what sort of game he had. But I've got no qualms about Richarlison. That's the sort of performance you want to see consistently.
I think we'll get on to Skipp and Højbjerg. I thought actually Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Ollie Skipp both played their best football in the kind of last 20 minutes, 25 minutes. They got into the game more. And Højbjerg especially started to look more comfortable on the ball, although he still did do a couple of bad passes. But that can happen, especially when he's being asked to play progressive passes, dangerous, brave passes. But obviously the second goal, the second equalizer, was Rodrigo Bentancur, who was given man of the match by Gary Neville. He's your man of the match as well. I think he has shown what an important player he is for us. All Spurs fans knew he was. And he's playing, as you said, with central midfielders who are not really perfect for Ange ball. Yep. And he showed today that he took responsibility, and the goal was stunning.
Well, forget the goal. I think the one thing I said during that commentary was Porro, Romero and him. If you go watch their triangles, you will see the difference in class between certain players, right? And you can see even though Pedro Porro was making mistakes and with his passing here, there, and there, but it's the way they just played in their triangles. They got it together, played out of situations.
It's technical ability.
And they played handball, right? Because there was a situation where you had your heart in your mouth, but I was like, no. I saw the free it was, and I was like, no, they're gonna play exactly the way it was. But he's got the way he took his goal. You got to give Werner credit, right, for that as well.
The ball at the right time.
So at the right time. Do I give Skip credit for playing the ball behind Werner? I kind of have to, because I don't want Werner 1-on-1. I don't want him to shoot.
Right. Okay. So you're gonna suggest that maybe Skip played a bad ball on purpose from having known Werner for 3 days and knowing that actually having him driving at the defender there would be the wrong thing to do.
Possibly. Well, I don't know if it's Skip smart. Yeah, you never know. Skip may have thought, but it was such a look. He lays the ball behind him, but then Werner does very well then to get in a position where he needs to. And this is what Werner's good at. But Benson Core, brilliant finish, everything technique wise. And I've got for me, he was the key man for me today. If it was going to come from, if he played well, I believe we could have got a result. Yeah.
And as I said at half time, we were 2-1 down, but I felt strongly there was a result in there for us, despite the fact that we are, as Gary Neville was actually saying on co-commentary on Sky, he was saying throughout, the worry for Man United here is that Spurs are outplaying them, and Spurs have got 6 of their, 11 players out total, but arguably 5 or 6 who would be in the first team. And I agree with that. And I think it shows that the strength that we are showing under Ange to really buy in. I mentioned it before, but buy into what he wants and go to these big stadiums where we very rarely have the belief to win games and really put it on them. And yes, sure, the last kick of the game pretty much was an unbelievable chance for Scott McTominay, and he should have scored in the same way that Burnley should have scored in the last kick of the game in the cup match. And that's something that we need to think about. But that would have been rough justice on Spurs today, for sure. Let's talk a little bit more about Van de Ven and Romero. I thought Van de Ven, he's had a bit more time since his injury. He had a bit of cramp at the end and did go off, but, just precautionary, nothing wrong. I thought he had a great game. I'd give him an 8 out of 10. And then I thought Romero was a strong 9 out of 10. Oh my God, his play on the ball and some of the passes he sees, his vision is genuinely like a top-class central midfielder. We are so lucky to have him. If Scott Munn and Lang and Ange aren't trying to give him a new contract right now, I don't know why, because he is genuinely you could see him at Real Madrid or Barcelona. I know this isn't news because he's a World Cup winner, but he seems to love this project. He was captain today. I think while we're doing this kind of contract giving out to Udogie and the young players, let's get Romero tied down as well and get him our top earner. I think he's unbelievable.
The only I think what it was, Romero in the first 2 minutes for that goal, because he had his hands behind his back and probably didn't spread himself, was probably the worst part that he did all game. Everything he did
all
after that,
having to do that now, though.
But the worst thing that was probably the worst and the best thing that could have happened, because after that, it's what you call world-class defender, right? And that's why he is that good, and that's why big teams did want him, right? He's come to Spurs. If I agree with the big contract, but my biggest worry is now you're going to have the big clubs watching that, especially the Real Madrids of this world, seeing that and going, something special there.
Can't afford him though,
right? So, but this is the thing. You just don't know. But even Man City, if they wanted to waste, have someone next to Gardeval, it's a Romero that you're looking at, and he is top draw. And I know everyone always goes, but he lets you down in this, he does that, right? But statistically, right, he is our best defender. It was quite weird because on Sky Sports this week, they did when we were trying to sign Dragusin, they did a thing against all our defenders. And the comparison that Romero had to the rest was unbelievable. And I'm looking at that going, this is why he's so important to us, because he's good in the air, he's good at his feet, it's just his temperament that sometimes can when he goes diving in, there's times in that game where he goes at the end and gets I think it was not Fernandez, was it Fernandez? But he goes in after.
Yeah, it was Fernandez. Some retribution because Fernandez had taken him out.
And that's the bit that sometimes lets him down. And this, with Romero, you can't get him too hyped up. You need to get him hyped up enough for the game, but calm enough to put in a performance like that. And for me, I know everyone was talking about when the Dragon came on, or when Dragon came into the club. This is the end of Romero and this and the other.
Who said that?
There's been so many people this week, and I was like, no, because Romero is top draw. Romero, he's gonna look. At the end of the day, at least now we got cover for him as well.
And I actually think and this is a final point. I think actually that shows a lot of how much props we have to give to Fabio Paratici, and a little bit, as dangerous as it is, you have to say a little bit to the club as a whole, because they got Paratici in and they've got the recruitment team in now. And actually, if you look at that team, if you take out, Højbjerg and Skip and maybe Werner, and the people who can come in, Sonny, Sarr, Maddison, and who am I missing out? Bissouma. Honestly, if you put those players in for them, that is going to be like it was for the first 10 games, but you can just see they're kind of further on down the line than they were in those first 10 games. And in terms of the squad depth now, it's slowly getting there. It's slowly getting there.
The only thing that's really missing, if we're being completely honest,
proper number 9.
Yeah. And that's the only thing it's missing. And
I don't think we're going to get a proper number 9. I don't think there are enough around for a team who swim in the waters transfer-wise that we are to get one.
So I think we've got to be clever with it now. And this is where, because like you said, a lot of number 9s these days are not going to score the goals that Kane's giving you, or the Lewandowskis of this world, or Benzema. They're not going to, right? So you have to be clever, because there's the guy in Germany right now was top of the goal scoring charts, right? Who hasn't been scoring for years, and all of a sudden he's come up trumps, right? So you are looking at someone like Dominic Solanke, where I'm not saying Dominic Solanke, where he's going to come in and be able to fit the system and be able to score goals. And for me, I will take a punt on Vlahovic at Juventus. That's probably the last piece I'd go for. I don't want to do it now in the January window. I'd more do it in the summer and give him time under Angeball, because I think what Allegri's got him doing, I think he could be completely different in the Spurs shirt. That's the only number 9.
So he was excellent at Fiorentina, but hasn't done brilliantly at Juventus. But you think that's because of the way Allegri
played? Yeah,
that's interesting, guys. Listen, I think most importantly, as we end today's instant match reaction, a fantastic result. Any result at Old Trafford is a good result.
Yeah, it is.
You might be saying Man United are not having a great season; they're inconsistent. It's true, but a lot of teams have gone there and not got results. Liverpool didn't get a result, and Man United do play better against the better teams. More importantly, thank you for supporting We Are Tottenham TV. Make sure you press that subscribe button, give us a like. Also, come and find me at the Spurred On podcast, at Barnaby Slater _ on YouTube. And if you listen to podcasts when you're out running or driving, go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, type in the Spurred On podcast. Marlon is at Southview Coys on YouTube. They are trying to get towards 2,000 subs, I think it is. Get them over that line. But most importantly, for the end of this big match instant reaction, it's Come On You Spurs, but also we're going to stay on this stream for the live call-in show. Guys, the live call-in show where you guys, if you are members, you can call in and we will talk to you. That will be coming in a few minutes, but between now and then, we're going to read some comments out. Very, very positive I am after that game, so I'm hoping to not see too much negativity, which obviously isn't something you can always guarantee. KJF Hotspur way, a few key players out today and we still pull off a draw against them. I think that's exactly what we're saying. I'm guessing that will be like the overriding feeling, or should be.
Question for you though.
Yeah.
Question. If Kulu was playing, do you think that result's different?
If he was playing in the 10?
If he was playing in the 10, yeah.
Yeah, I do. Do you know why? Because, and I hadn't thought of it, but sometimes when Skip got so much space where we'd beaten the press and it got through to Oliver Skip, I would have loved to seen Kulu driving in that, because he would have drawn the man and then slipped someone in, I think. Yeah. Problem is there, it's Werner or Johnson, which comes into your feeling of it, but who knows. ENYC says, wait until the FFP announcement comes Monday. There may be a fire sale at other clubs. Maybe we can get a midfielder and a striker at a bargain. I don't know much about the being an FFP announcement. Do you know anything about that?
No, if it's Monday.
ENYC, come back to us. What I do know is that Daniel Levy has been talking for a couple of years about when some of these rules are going to start coming in. And so he has been readying himself for that. And there has been some chat on the Spurs podcast, like some of my favorite ones, like The Fighting Cock, The Extra Inch, View from the Lane, all amazing podcasts, along with, of course, We Are Tottenham TV and Southview Coys. But a lot of talk on some of the Spurs content about, is there going to come a time quite soon where Spurs suddenly look like they've done everything properly and can keep spending some money on players, while your Newcastles, who have actually had to come out and admit that they may have to sell a player, and obviously Chelsea, and that's why the Conor Gallagher talk is happening, where other clubs may have to sell. It's an interesting point, I think.
Oh, do you know what? This is where I think sometimes Spurs' luck will come into play. We say that, and then another team will come out of nowhere where they've done it better and suddenly be above us, and it'd be like, okay, he's done all that work. Because it always happens to us. Whenever we think we're going to go into a certain point, the law will change and it'll be something else that comes into play. And it's just a case of, does it make Brighton stronger or someone like that? Yeah. And I'm speaking or Aston Villa. And it will just be our luck, knowing the fact that, we've done well, but does this also mean that other teams that have played FFP right, someone like West Ham, would they be able to buy certain players they weren't able to reach before?
I think they spent quite a lot in the summer, actually, but they had obviously sold some players. Yannick Emo says, what did you think of our debutant today? Obviously, Radu Dragusin came on at the end, and Timo Werner at the start. I'm going to start with Dragusin. I thought Radu Dragusin just looked like an Ange defender, comfortable on the ball. Comfortable on the ball. Yep. He won a nice header. He looks like a man mountain. And I'm not going to say, from what I've seen, he looks like an unbelievable player. Yep. I haven't seen enough. But I trust Ange implicitly in his ability to sign off players based on the attributes that he needs for his team.
And he didn't cost... Look, and this is my thing. When people go to me, right, and I've always said this, I think me and you had this original argument at the beginning, right, when we first started doing this on WeAreTottenham TV. Mm-hmm. And you said to me, January's hard. And I always said, January's is hard if you make it hard, right? Dragusin has been playing all season. He's been one of Genoa's best players. Yeah. He's come from Juventus. If you're willing to buy, look, I take top 6 sides out of it in most countries, or, where they fight in Champions League. But there are other clubs around who will take the money now, and you can go and get someone like him in the January transfer window if you give them the money they want. And that's exactly what's happened.
Isn't this an example of where Ange is the perfect manager for Daniel Levy, though? Because Ange isn't like Conte, where he's like, I need it to be a big name on the big wages. He's like, actually, I like these kind of rough diamonds and I like to train them. And actually, you're paying your 17 mil for Vicario, your 25 million euro for Dragusin, rather than having to go top-end English players.
But this is the point, is like when people always go, but January's hard. No, it's only hard if your manager and your chairman are making it hard. Yeah. And I think that was the clash before. But now we're at a point where I totally agree, I'm just not going to ask for the most expensive players. If he gets one, and Spurs offer him one, so say Daniel Levy comes in and goes, look, for prime example, Gareth Bale, do you want him? Ange's not going to say no to that, is he? Or someone like Benzema coming in, or someone who's going to be quite on expensive wages, right? But if it's a 30 million for
I don't know why Daniel Levy would come and offer him a golfer.
But you know what I mean. It's just on their sort of Mbappe or something stupid like that. Yeah. He's not going to say no, but he's not. They're not the sort of players he's looking at. So actually, when you're looking at it, you just go, if you're willing to accept someone at that level, like for the 10-12 minutes that I saw today, you're right, he just looked like an Ange player, and he looks like he's going to settle in. He went from right to left, and he was comfortable on the ball. He played a pass down to Porro, and these are the sort of things you need to see. How is he going to cope, especially on the ball, because that was probably the biggest thing with Royale and Ben Davis. They're not great on the ball. And
I think almost in a way more Royale actually than Ben Davis, but their lack of confidence on the ball almost gives the opposition permission to press them a little bit more bravely, I think sometimes. Can I just go in and then, because we were asked obviously about the debutants, Timo Werner, in my opinion, I'd say he looked like a player who hasn't played a lot of football, which he hasn't, and he looked a player a little lacking in confidence, but he did something that was very important, the assist, and therefore I think his confidence will be higher off the back of this game. Then he can have the 2 weeks training now with the squad before the City game. Integrate. And that City game, we'll talk about this more going forward, but the City game, it's not the draw I wanted by any means.
But it's got interesting.
I'll tell you who didn't want that draw, Manchester City.
Pep. Yeah, Pep didn't want that draw. But yeah, if we're talking about Timo Werner, look, everything I liked about him, to be honest, I was one of them at the beginning. I still don't understand the signing. I will openly admit I don't understand the signing, right? Because I don't know what metrics he was going to produce that we weren't producing already. Right, and that was my thing behind it. However, after giving it some thought, and he's been here for a week and seeing what Spurs have been putting out, and even when I came in today, I was a bit more like, you know what, I'm excited about this team. Ange seems to completely be fully on board with him. Right, I know what he can bring. It's not like I've not sat there and not watched him before. I've watched him at Chelsea. Admittedly, I didn't watch him much at Leipzig, but I watched him when Chelsea had that Champions League run. I watched Chelsea a lot.
Final, didn't he?
Yeah, I watched him a lot, and I know what he can bring. And I've got a Chelsea mate, and Werner was just so frustrating because the assist what he done, he's great at. He's great at creating chances. I think in the semi-final of the FA Cup, he lays a ball across to Ziyech. Right. this is what he's good at. Where he lets himself down, he gets himself in some beautiful positions to put it in the back of the net. And he just can't see. And that's the bit that, because you can't coach that. Yeah. That's not about confidence. That is him. And I think when he went out on the left and he had that one-on-one, I didn't get up. I weren't confident because I knew he'd just drag it wide. But that's just the way it is. It's just a case of when you've got Johnson, Richarlison and Werner up front, it's my worry of where, because yes, Richie scores the header, but he had no chances with his feet.
No, he didn't.
And that's the biggest worry for me is, we're creating 20 chances a game. We can go to creating 30, 40, but if they're not finishing them. And that was a big key difference because, like you said, Højlund and Rashford can finish. Well, Højlund proved today he can finish. Yeah. We were struggling with that.
To be fair, what I would say, though, is that Big Ange has been consistent throughout the season, said actually the one place where we haven't really clicked is up front.
It's been the front three, yeah. And if we're looking at it today, looking at the front three, actually, Richarlison and Werner played okay, but Johnson was probably the weakest link out of that three. Yeah. But we didn't create that much because, like I said, it was more set pieces where we got the best of our chances today. But again, we had more possession, we had more of the ball, we had more passes. And for us to go to Old Trafford, Spurs, this is Spurs going to Old Trafford and having all that. You've just got to hold your hands up and go, well done.
Okay, guys, thank you for that. We are now going to go into our live phone-in reaction show to the Manchester United 2 Tottenham Hotspur 2 game at Old Trafford. Thank you, all of you guys, regulars, for calling in. We love speaking to you, and we are going to start with Ross. Ross, how are you doing, mate? Are you on mute? And if so, don't be.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, Ross. How did you feel about that game, mate?
Oh, pretty good. I mean, I had concerns going in. United has not been playing well, but they play well at home, and then they score the first goal, and I'm having the Gattuso sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit kind of thing going on there. But no, they we got hit in the mouth, but we buckled down. Got that great header from Richie. Poro's really getting good on those corners there. And Turbo Timo, he did well. He really did well, I think. I mean, the finishing isn't there, but what a great assist. But we don't need him to score a ton of goals, especially when Son and Madison get back. We just need him to do what he's doing. Get in those areas, drag those defenders out, get those balls inside, and do it. And that was the thing too. I mean, those crosses. I mean, some of those crosses, if we would have got more crosses through, there would have been more goals. They were there. I mean, they just cut them out, or no one was there on the backside, and we would have had a lot more goals. And then that was just great, just to come right out after halftime. Werner slide that into to Benny, and he slots it home, and that was great. But a draw, I'll take it. With missing as many guys as we have, having to go on the road and play at Old Trafford, we kind of took them a little bit lightly, but I'll take it. I will take the point.
I think you made a good point that actually we haven't referenced so far, which is the desire and the strength required to get back from going to a goal down twice at Old Trafford. Is that something, Ross, that you've noticed a lot about this side under Ange this season? Something that's really improved the kind of team mentality to get back from difficult positions?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, how many times over the past few years have we seen this? We go down a goal and heads hang. We start playing more passive, kind of sitting behind the ball, passing it around. There's a little of that, I think. But I just think that's kind of as we got tired. But it's just, we don't worry about it. Go down a goal, that's fine. We'll go get one back. And that's what we did. We got one back, then they go up 2-1, and then we get one back. So that's what I really like to see, because that's how you win. That's how that's how you win leagues. That's how you win trophies. That's how you finish in Champions League places. You have to be like that. You have to be resilient.
Russ, what did you make of, Romero was made captain today, and obviously in the first 2 minutes we concede. But do you think that was down to his captaincy, why we were able to come back into the game today and able to keep the team calm and play Ange's way no matter what?
Yeah, I think so. I think he and Romero, I mean, we were glad that Romero and Van de Ven came back, but then also they've been out for so long. They're rusty. Yeah. That's the flip side to it. So unfortunately, it took them a little time to kind of get back into the groove of things. But we didn't let it. We didn't get ourselves down. 2 goals, 3 goals, or anything like that too early. But I think they settled down and we settled down. And once we did that, it got better. I mean, they got some lucky bounces too. I mean, I'm not going to say it's completely down to poor defending or anything. But no, I think he kind of calmed us down and we got going better.
I can't wait to see Romero when he's not rusty. That was a performance when he was rusty. I thought he was unbelievable.
Exactly.
Yeah, really brilliant. And so, Ross, now looking ahead to the Man City game, we've got this 2-week break now, which is a really good opportunity, I think, to get some of the players who aren't fit back, hopefully. I'm thinking specifically of James Maddison, actually. I think he could be there or thereabouts for that game. You know, obviously it's possibly the second worst draw we could have got, but how do you feel going into it? Do you have, like me, a slight inkling that we could be the team to take that chance of another treble away from them?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how many goals have they scored at our stadium? Yep, exactly.
Zero.
We zero. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I mean, and it's not really the draw we wanted, but it's the one we got, and we got it at home, where they haven't scored. We've always played well against them. Madison's coming back, which will be huge. I mean, that guy is the key, the key to our offense, man. I mean, that guy will I think he'll just open things right back up for us. And we'll see who else we get back, and the newer guys can get back into the groove of things and start bedding better with the club. So then when we come out for that one, we should be rested and ready to go. And I think we got a good shot.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I was just looking through the team lineup. Big mentions, I think, for Destiny Udogie and Pedro Porro. Porro had a few difficulties going backwards, but on the ball and going forwards is just a cut above any fullback we've had in a long time. Both of them are, sorry.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Porro, but we knew that about Porro. Porro was better going forward when he was at his other club than he was back, and he's improved a lot in that since he's been here. So that was the more. And today, he got slipped a couple of times by Rashford there. But I mean, I as thinking on it, that's really the one time that I can really recall that happening this season. I mean, for the most part, he's been really good. He's really put a lot of work in, and he's been really important for us. But yeah, going forward, I mean, he's just incredible. I mean, he's like having an extra winger down there.
Yeah.
Ross, it's been, so obviously I want to get your opinion on it. I might get everyone's opinion on it, but it's been quite 50-50. But Brennan Johnson, what did you make of him today, and what are you making of him so far?
I'm not going to get down on him too much like others have. I mean, I think he does a lot of good things. He goes out there, he works, he runs down there, he uses his pace. He can control the ball, sometimes beat his man, get across. And it's almost a little like, if you remember Bergwijn, it's kind of like that a little bit. He does a lot of good things, does little things. The finishing isn't there, but I still think he can do it. I still think he can come good. I think having guys like Maddison and Son and those guys back, I think would help a lot. That'll take a lot of pressure off of him. That'll draw more attention in the middle, and he'll have it a little bit easier time out there. But no, I'm not gonna completely say, oh, he's terrible, he's awful, because he's done a lot of good things.
Where do you think Ange probably stands on Richarlison as a player for his style of football and his squad? Obviously, he scored 6 in 7 now. I've been saying for the last month or so that I think he's going to find his way to 15 Premier League goals this season. I just wonder whether you, Ross, think that as a kind of medium to long-term number 9 for Spurs, Ange thinks he's the right man.
I think so. I mean, he's shown it over the past several games, hasn't he? I mean, he's getting goals in. He's good. I mean, he's the bigger striker, the bigger guy that can hold the ball up. Get his foot onto it. Where Sonny, Sonny's great as great as Sonny is. Sometimes, he doesn't really have the physicality, where Richarlison has that more physicality that can hold that ball up in the middle. But I think for now, yes. For now, I think he's fit that role fine, and I think he'll be there for the time being. I mean, yeah, we'd definitely like to get a striker in, but as I think you guys were saying earlier, the January window right now, there's just not a lot out there. So, but for now, yeah, I think he's done very well. And like I said, whoever his surgeon is deserves a statue outside the
Damn right.
I mean,
after
that
witch
surgery,
doctor,
right? Witch doctor, whatever he is. I mean, he's whatever he did to him is he's been night and day since then.
Brilliant. Ross, thank you so much for calling in, mate. We really appreciate it, and we will speak to you again, hopefully after the next game, which is, of course, Man City. It is before the Brentford game, isn't it?
Before the Brentford
next game is Man City at home in the FA Cup. Winner takes all. Winner goes on to win the trophy, as far as I'm concerned. So that's what'll happen. Thanks again, Ross.
Thank you, Ross.
Come on, you Spurs. Okay, we're going to read a few comments now, guys. Rami Masri says, the only critique I have of Rishi is that when he's holding the ball, he's going down too many times. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that is his Brazilian South American nature. They love to win free kicks. That's what they're trying to do. I personally don't think, let's say, relevant to today, compared to Bruno Fernandes, he doesn't go down nearly as much as he does. What do you think?
No, do you know what? Today I wouldn't say he did that a lot, but I get what he's saying. In past games, yes, that it can be quite annoying. But I felt like if he went down today, it was for a reason.
Yeah.
Like it was a point where he was getting tackled, but I can't, like I said, apart from getting on the end of corners, I can't criticize him for anything today. I think he had such a good game for him as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it must be a confidence thing, but if he's not scoring, we need him to be producing them sort of performances week in, week out. And then we're not worried about if he's creating stuff for others as well, because that's what's happening.
Yeah. Chris Benoit just saw one, but now I've lost him. What did he say? Oh, Chris, sorry, I've lost you there. But
he says Vicario's always a man and a match contender.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That's that. I thought he didn't have a lot to do Vicario today, but the key thing about Vic is he's just so safe around all of the kind of crosses stuff.
Yep.
What we've had to suffer from for a number of years, actually, especially in big games, is Hugo quite often doing something completely bonkers.
The last couple of years, yeah. And I think where I used to be praised Lloris for was when he used to, especially in the last 5-10 minutes, where it'd be 2-1, ball comes in the box and Lloris would just catch it calmly, and he just stopped doing that. He became erratic.
Yeah.
But Vicario's now got that calmness about him. So hopefully, going forward, this is what we're going to expect.
Joseph Shepherd says a clear lack of quality today due to returning players' debuts and injuries. Decent result. Hill offers nothing. I mean, funny you say that. I actually thought Hill looked decent when he came on today. Like there weren't a lot of bodies around him, so he was finding space. He's cultured on the ball. He's got a good. He plays his passes at a good lick. Like, I'm not suggesting that he's ever going to be the answer or he's ever going to be right, but I wouldn't say that he offered nothing.
It was a case of we've all seen Hill on the left, and he didn't do nothing we haven't seen, and it was just unfortunate that ball when he came on, that didn't go through. I think was it for Varane or someone got it out. Yeah. If that goes through, we're having a different conversation about
Do you think
Hill.
Brian Hill will still be at the club on February the 1st?
Nope.
You think he'll go out on loan again or permanent?
On loan again.
Okay, so Rob Shan has called in. Rob Shan, thank you so much. Let's see if we can hear you, Rob Shan. How are you?
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, Rob Shan. Amazing. Tell us what your thoughts were on the 2-2.
Yeah, in terms of the game, there were, I think, some positives and some negatives. Positives were obviously we had 2 centre-backs today on the pitch, not 2 full-backs. Which is very, very important for the rest of the season to have Romero and Van de Ven back. Although they had they had a shaky game today, I think a bit. But it's really important to get our centre backs back. So that was a positive from the beginning. I was very worried about Kulusevski, whether he was going to start or not, because he was the only creative option that left for us for this game. And when I saw that Bentancur skip Højbjerg, I was automatically thinking that it will be hard to create chances because there isn't a creator. Number 6. Yeah. So that's very hard to create. That's why I think... from the beginning, in terms of the game, I think statistically we dominated them in terms of the shots on target and possession. Then the negatives during the game, I think one of them was Brennan Johnson, because I have to be honest, I don't want to sound harsh, but I have not been impressed with him this season. Except some games, couple or three games, because I don't think he has much skills. He hasn't got that much abilities. The only thing he has is his pace. He can run behind the right back and cross the ball to the danger area, and that's only his ability. And anyone with pace can do it, but he doesn't have cutting inside, that tricky things that top wingers have. I don't think he has it on him. That's why when it comes to low block teams, playing against low block teams, I don't think he's effective. He can only be effective against the teams that press, play attacking football, because there's a space in behind and he can run to that. But when there isn't a space in behind, he can't do something magical on his own. And that's why I have not been impressed with him. I don't think he has to be our starting player when everyone is fit. I think Kulusevski must go to right wing and Maddison AM and Son left wing. That has to be, I think, our attacking option. Brennan Johnson must come from the bench. But yeah, as not everyone is fit, he's playing at the moment. But he was, I think, absolutely. Again, I don't want to sound harsh, but he was anonymous during the game. Yeah, I think you can agree with him because he did nothing. When he had the ball in the final third, it was like Lucas Moura. He had the pace and he had the ball, but in the final third, his decisions were terrible. And at least with Kulusevski, he cuts inside, he takes on players, he makes right backs sink, and that's why he can create something. But Brennan Johnson did absolutely nothing today. I have really been impressed with Richarlison, not only this game, but the last month or month and a half, because he scored again in an important game. Now it's his 7th goal this season, which is, I think, impressive considering he scored 1 goal last season, the whole tournament. And he has scored more than so many strikers in the league. I think that has to be counted. And it's not about after that injury, it's not about that his scoring rate improved, but also his general game, I think, improved. He wins the balls back, he passes, he does the basics correctly, which he was not doing before surgery. I think that's important. He improved a lot. And Bentancur was absolutely brilliant, I think, in this game as well. He scored, obviously, which I think was a good goal. And was everywhere, and I have been really impressed with him this game. Other than that, Pedro Porro, I think it was his first game in a long time that he didn't have that impressive game, because I think he missed some passes, and from the left-hand side, I think Rashford was so threatening against him, because I think he has, the goals, I think are his fault, not totally, but he has some part to play in the goals. But that's one game, because I don't remember last time when he had a bad game. It's the first time that he had an average game. Yeah. Other than that, I think it was 50-50, but I think Ange must get credit, because without that creative midfielder, we still applied our game style, and we didn't play any other game style. I think it worked. Eventually, we scored 2 goals. It was always going to be hard to beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. Aston Villa lost a week ago 3-2 there, so it's always tough to play against them. Yeah, that's my general view on today's game. Some negatives and some positives.
Rob, you mentioned the midfield there and attacking midfield, but you didn't mention Skip or Højbjerg. How did you think they got on playing in the Ange system today, since they were thrown in because we had no other player to go in there?
6 out of 10 for both of them, I think, today. Nothing more, nothing less. Skip wasn't bad, but that doesn't mean he wasn't, because he didn't make too much mistakes, even maybe not any mistakes, but in terms of taking risks as a midfielder, doing something magical, he was stable. I don't think he was anything special today. Same goes for Højbjerg. They are our last, 5th, 6th choice midfielders. So that's why I'm happy that it's the final. I hope that it's the final game. We have both of them in the midfield on the pitch together, at least, because together they can't do much, but one of them maybe can be improved with other players beside them. Yeah. So hopefully against Manchester City, Maddison comes back, Lo Celso comes back, not Lo Celso, but Kulusevski comes back, and then after AFCON, when we get our players back, now I think it's important to get results, but after a full fit squad, I think second half of the season for Tottenham will be absolutely perfect. I think we will be. I think we title, maybe it's a bit too much, but I think we will comfortably get into top 4, and we have to challenge. We have to beat Man City, because I think FA Cup is the meaningful thing that we have to play for this season. That's why.
Yeah, and if Maddison is fit for Man City and he plays and Bentancur plays, which of Skip or Højbjerg would you play with those two in central midfield?
Højbjerg. I think he's more experienced. He's a bit technical. I don't think Skip has anything special in his game. He's not a good defender. He's not a good attacker. But Højbjerg has some. His passing isn't that bad. I think he has good progressive passes on him, and he's more experienced. Obviously, definitely Højbjerg. I don't think Skip is good enough to play for Tottenham until he proves something different for us. But at the moment, Højbjerg.
Do you think either Skip or Højbjerg will be at Tottenham Hotspur when next season starts?
I hope not, and I think Højbjerg will be gone. But Skip may stay because Højbjerg has some followers, whether it was Juventus or other teams. Mm-hmm. I think he will have a chance to go to another team. But I think Skip, I think he will stay as a backup because he's also homegrown, so that counts as well.
I could see Skip going to Crystal Palace. I really could. You know how like they had like Johnny Williams and like those kind of players. Will Hughes is who I'm thinking of actually. I could see him if Roy Hodgson stayed at Crystal Palace. I could see him going there.
Maybe a mid-table Premier League team, that can. But I hope both of them goes and we get Conor Gallagher in because that will be massive improvement as well. I think they are the only last two players that we need to improve on. Look, I like both of them. Skip comes from Spurs youth, and Højbjerg has been a good servant for this club. But for the next level, I think we need to it's not like they're our starters. Our first team midfielders are absolutely brilliant, in my opinion. And when everyone is fit, our midfield, in my opinion, has to be Maddison, Isuma, and Bentancur. Although it's very hard to drop Pape Sarr because he has been absolutely brilliant. But that's options. It's brilliant to have them. But then Højbjerg, Skip, I don't count them in this project. I think we have to cut our ways with them. And yes.
I think I agree with you, Roshan. But I just before we go, I do want to say one thing because obviously Skippy's getting a lot of stick, and he played one unbelievable pass on the volley where he cut underneath it today, and it was very flat. So let's give him credit. That was a ball I didn't think he had in his locker. It was very.
Don't forget his pre-assist for the goal.
And of course
pre-assist. That was good. Yeah, that was a good ball. Yeah. I admit that.
Yeah.
All right, Roshan, thank you so much for calling again, mate. Really great to talk to you. You always give excellent and intelligent viewpoint. So, mate, have a great Sunday night, and we look forward to speaking to you after the next game.
You too, guys. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Top man, Roshan knows his stuff.
So quick thing, right?
Yeah.
So everyone's on this Johnson trip, right? But ask them which positions we need to improve. No one says wingers.
I think because I think Kulusevski will start on the right wing. I think Johnson is a great backup for Kulusevski because if you assume that Kulusevski is going to start at right wing when everyone's fit, then once he's stretched the game by coming inside every time and it's got to 70 minutes, then Johnson's pace is going to cause damage.
I get it, but I just think because I haven't rated Kulu on the right at all this season, I think he's been absolutely awful on the right, if I'm being completely honest. But Ange played him there, literally played him there each week. But I get Son's going to come back, but Son's aging as well, so you can't. I get it. He's gonna play how many 90-minute games can he play? Plus flying back and forth. It's gonna start catching up with him. He's a great athlete, right? And Son will always be a number one starter. But I still feel like the wingers, if no one believes in Johnson, and I don't believe in Kulu as much.
I think I think Big Ange believes in Johnson. He's 20. What is he? 20? He's 20, 21, right? So he will be on him all the time in training, trying to help him with his decision making. And then, look, I could be wrong, but I think this will be another example of a player as he goes up the hierarchy of the club in terms of his confidence as a squad member, in terms of as more players come in behind him. You know what it's like when you start a job, when you're the last person to join, you're like, you don't know anyone. But as more people join Spurs, he'll be more confident within the group. Let's not forget, Gareth Bale in the first year and a half at Spurs. People were like, sell him, sell him, sell him. I'm not saying Brennan Johnson is Gareth Bale, by no means.
Well, is Brendan Johnson going to become a great right back?
That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that he definitely has talent and he has the raw potential. It's going to take a bit of time. So, I would just say to anybody who is, slagging him off a lot, then take screenshots of what you're saying, because I have a feeling that he will come good.
The only thing that I agreed with Rov on there was that actually with Johnson, he's got pace, right? And that's all he's really got. He's a good
crosser. He's a really good crosser.
And he's a really good crosser. But you kind of need more as a winger, especially in today's wingers. You just need a bit more than that. And I think that's the biggest worry going forward.
And I think that will develop. I mean, he scored quite a few goals for Forest. He was the main man at Forest along with Gibbs White.
Yeah.
As he gets better. But look, I don't know. I'm glass half full. We had a good result. Yeah. Look, I'm not suggesting by any means that he had a great performance. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
But
you see the light at the end of the tunnel.
He set up a couple of goals for Richarlison this season. That has helped Richarlison along the way. Yeah. It's not easy to cross the ball at pace. He's good at that.
And his cross in the last minute against City, Kulusevski header.
Exactly.
You can see there's something there. I think he's going to be his crossing ability. I think you're right. His crossing ability is going to be the thing that we're going to rely on a lot, because out of everybody, he's probably the best crosser of the ball.
When somebody hasn't played that great, it's very easy to forget the things he's done that have been important parts of our season. Anyway, on to our next caller, and it is, as it says, the legend KPV. KPV,
hello.
How are you? How did you feel about that result, mate?
Good.
How did you feel about the game? What did you think of the game?
Good. I actually thought we played well. We were the better team, as Gary said. We were the better team. And what a goal from Rodrigo Bentancur. First against United and first of the season. So I am happy and I'll take a draw, but I wanted a win to complete the double over them since 1989-90 season. We've done a double. The last time we beat them twice in the league. So, I wanted to beat them twice, but Big Ant is still unbeaten against Eric Ten Hag. So, Eric Ten Hag can't beat Big Ant, and we still have his number. So, we've beaten him 2 times. That was, he only beat us 2 times. One of Ajax was at our new stadium in the first leg of the semi-final of the Champions League, and then Old Trafford last season we lost 2-0. So 2 wins and 2 draws, but 2 defeats. So 4 games between him. He's got 2 wins, 2 draws. We have 2 wins, 2 draws. So we have his number. So unlucky, but how has McTominay not been sent off? 2 bad challenges. How was that not a red? We should have won that game. Romero, unlucky not to score, but captain for the game tonight. First time Bentancur was captain for the Burnley game, and it was Romero's turn, but normally it's Maddison and Romero vice captain, but Bentancur Romero captain, so in a space of a week, so can't blame the boss. But great win, a great game of football, but I wanted to win, but I'll take a draw and bring on Brentford in 2 weeks at home. And Bremo's out, so he always seems to score against us when he comes up, but he's out, so we're going to beat Brentford and we'll be in 4th. But those lot above us, those lot in Naval North London have got Palace at home, but they lost to Liverpool, and hopefully Palace do us a favour. And
KPV, sorry to interrupt, mate, but you have all the intel, so I want to ask you. So we have Man City first, don't we? And then we have Brentford, and then who do we play in that next game? Because I think we've got 3 games in a week. Ange said that week.
Anyone in the chat, check the fixtures. Here we go.
KPV, this is the first time we've ever spoken to you, and you've not known every single thing about the entire history of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
We got City at home in the cup. I'm definitely going to get a ticket.
City, Brentford, Everton.
In the cup.
Everton away, is
Everton
it?
away.
Everton away. That's tough. All right, so we need 3 points against Brentford. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to get a ticket for the game against City because they've not scored a goal or one at our new ground, so they can't even score there. Yeah, Son's not playing, but doesn't matter. We're still going to beat them, knock them out, and yeah, we're going to win it. Do it for Terry Venables, who recently passed away. So yeah, we're going to win it, and I want another home tie afterwards. It doesn't matter. We'll beat anyone. So bring it, people. Bring it. Let's go. I'm off now, people, but nice chatting to you, and I'll see
Ah.
you. Yo.
KPV, thank you so much for calling in. We'll speak to you, no doubt, after that City game. Have a great Sunday night, mate. I want.
It's quite funny. He mentioned Terry Venables there.
Yeah.
And it's very weird. The last time we won the FA Cup, I'm pretty sure we played Manchester City in the fifth round.
Was that the one where the horses came on the pitch?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because it was
That was
a
away at
main
Main
road. So it'd be quite interesting. Like you said earlier, whoever wins that game is gonna probably win the cup.
Well, do you know what? Actually, like I said, it's not the draw you dream of by any means, but
yeah,
most of the times we've gone out in the last 5 years, it's been to teams we're supposed to beat.
Yes.
So there's a lot of pressure taken off us in this game.
Definitely.
The treble holders, and
the pressure's all on City.
The pressure's all on them, and I do think, we'll certainly have a go at them. It wouldn't surprise me totally if it went to penalties. It wouldn't surprise me totally.
So
it doesn't go replay, does it?
It does. This one goes replay.
Oh,
So it's the next round. Yeah. So that's the only thing that worries me. That City, because of the way they are and way Pep is, if they come and stunk the place out, so they could go to the Etihad and get a result.
They don't want to replay in the FA Cup. They don't care about the FA Cup. They don't want to replay in the FA Cup. Okay, let's have a look at. Do you know what? Somebody, I can't remember who it was, but somebody mentioned in the comments there how they'd love to see Eze from Palace at Spurs. Oh my God, him and or Elise would rip it up on our side.
Too
wouldn't
much. Look, Elise would be perfect for the right hand side right now. Eze is a brilliant player. Why the hell? And this is the bit where I sometimes worry about Spurs. Like, we go out and get the Jed Spencers of this world.
Yeah.
We go out and get all these other. But Eze was offered to us on a plate for £16 million, and Palace took him for some reason. I think we would try to negotiate a lower fee.
Yeah.
With QPR.
He wouldn't have got as much game time as he's had at Palace.
No, and that's the other thing as well, because we had Mourinho and Conte as well. So it's kind of like wrong manager, wrong time kind of scenario.
Elise and Eze have both signed new deals relatively recently. They must have release clauses in them, those deals.
Oh, of course they will. Especially
what do you
if it's
think
for,
they're at? Like 70? 60 for Elise? 70 for Elise, maybe?
I probably ballpark figure 60, 70 for Elise. I don't think he's worth 60 or 70, but I think what he can bring to Spurs right now, especially when we paid 50 for Johnson, is probably slightly better.
If he were to add consistency, like proper consistency to his game, unbelievable.
But Eze would be perfect. Eze right now in this Aaron system as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'd literally pay the 80 million and be like, I got my money's worth. And it'd only take like after one game.
If you could pay that money for one of them, you go Eze over Elise.
I'd go Eze. Eze is a complete.
Let us know what you think in the comments, guys. Most importantly, thank you to the 800 odd people who are watching now, and we've had 1,200 recently. Make sure you've pressed the subscribe button on We Are Tottenham TV. Press that bell button as well to make sure you get your notifications. Also, my podcast is called the Spurred On Podcast. If you look in the title of this post-match show at @BarnabySlater_, press on that. Give me a subscribe. It really helps. And also, you can follow the podcast on audio on Spotify and Apple Podcasts too. Go over there. Give me a subscribe or a follow and a little comment on Apple Podcasts as well. It'd be so helpful. Marlon is from Southview Coys, at Southview Coys. They are trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. Go and find Southview Coys on YouTube.
Pinned in the
Press
chat.
Subscribe button.
It's pinned in the chat.
Pinned in the chat. You don't even have to search for it. Perfect. Pinned in the chat. Honestly, all your support, really appreciate it. And you've been giving me so many great comments on my channel recently, some of the supporters who've come over from We Are Tottenham TV. So I can't thank you guys enough. Let's go to the comments a little bit here while we wait for our next caller. Ginger Vision House says, I don't think Johnson is bad at all. He's quick and creative. Werner had 1 billion 1-versus-1 chances to make something happen, and everything found the first row of the crowd, minus the offsides. Okay, so I think there's a little bit of hyperbole, but I think what you're saying is you think Johnson has talent and you think Werner is not great. But what I'd say about Werner and the way he played today, I think goes along with this. He's very much a stopgap signing, isn't he? He's very much an opportunity signing.
Yeah, and that's probably why I didn't like it, because I thought we got away from these opportunity signings, and that's why I said earlier, what statistics did he bring that they all saw and went, oh, all right, it's a totally stopgap signing.
But I think it's just for when Son's away. I do. And then he'll, if Son gets injured, he gives backup.
But
it doesn't fit Werner's narrative. I think Werner's narrative is, I'm going to play a lot and I'm going to get back in the German side before the Euros. But I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Well, this is the thing, because Son obviously has got to come back. He's left-hand. He's going to play on that left-hand side, and at the moment, our front three just seem to be falling like flies anyway. Yeah. So actually, I think he's going to get more game time than anticipated. But it was just one of them to go. For me, would you have been better off if you are using the statistics and data and everything behind it? Right, there must have been someone who can do the same job, who could be a long-term replacement. Is there a Matoma in this world that they haven't unearthed and stuff like that? And that's what I'm looking at. But it's a stopgap. It's a risk. Like, I know everyone's going, it's a low risk, but it's a massive risk to our ambitions and where we're trying to move and go forward. That's my only thing.
I think that would be if we'd got him on a 2-year deal. I'm not sure if it is for 6 months, I have to say. What I would also say about the possibility of digging out a gem, right, is I wonder if at this stage of the transfer window, what they're saying is there's a possibility that we might have to spend 45 million on Conor Gallagher if that opportunity comes. Yeah. And that is all of our budget, maybe some of the summer's budget.
But you say, I get that. But these next 6 months is a very big determination on how we as Spurs move forward, because we've seen progress.
Huge progress.
And for me, Werner was totally opposite to what's been happening. And that's the only thing that I say, because we saw Van der Vens, we saw, I'm forgetting all the players we signed now, Vicarios and stuff, and the Madisons, and even Porro. And you've seen the progression everybody's made. And for me, Werner was a bit like, oh, okay. And that's the reason why I think, he's going to be a great team player. He's going to be great for everything else like that. It was just, for me, the club was showing a lot of positivity, and then it kind of went, we're back to
Can I just play devil's advocate on that? I would feel that way if Ange hadn't come out so strongly and said, I see, when this was presented to me, I think this is a great opportunity. And I wonder if Ange is maybe pulling the wool over our eyes a little bit by saying, he'll get a lot of minutes, he'll do this. I genuinely think he's looking at this next 3 weeks and going am I playing Brian Hill or am I playing Timo Werner?
That's where I think, and this is where I agreed with a lot of people. When you look at actually who he's ahead of, the Brian Hills of this world and stuff like that, you can sit there and go, yeah, he's a better option. I totally agree with that, right? But for me, it's when you bring in someone like Brennan Johnson, Werner and Brennan Johnson are very, very similar in what they're going to bring. And that's my biggest issue.
And you've been consistent on that, and I agree with you. I feel like we've got someone on the line now who may have strong opinions on everything, not only what we're talking about. Brian, how are you doing, mate? Lovely to see you.
What an introduction. What an introduction. I'm doing good, guys. How are you? Yeah, to tell you the truth, I'm disappointed that we didn't win. I think it was such a very, very good team performance, and it shows what's going on. If we're disappointed that we only took a point from Old Trafford, it's something to be proud of. I think it was a very, very, very good team performance. I am at the Scotland Yard. I'm not at a boozer. I'm at the boozer.
More than anything else.
A lot of slack, a lot of I think he played absolutely brilliantly today. Højbjerg was okay. Bentancur, thank God, both defensively and attacking wise, was very, very important. And I think the midfield, which was the biggest concern, actually ended up being one of the biggest strengths. Like I said, the one thing I was a little bit disappointed with was Pedro Porro's passing. Set pieces was fantastic as always, but some of his passing was just overhit today.
There was the through ball. There was that through ball, wasn't there? That he just put too much on. That was disappointing.
Yeah, that was
And if you look at it, the one person you'd put your money on actually getting that pass right would have been him, but no. Yeah, I mean, I meant on the pitch. That off the pitch is a bit hard, but you're right. But listen, this shows. I mean, that second goal was just pure filth. Our equaliser. That team goal. I think we played really well. It's just such a shame. They had 2 shots on goal and they scored from both of them.
Yep.
We dominated possession. We dominated attempts on goal. We dominated attempts on touches in the opposing penalty area. We were dominant. We just couldn't find that missing piece to just get the job done.
Brian, just quickly wanted to ask you, right, because you're quite vocal, and you said that
Me?
second goal was and you said that second goal was pure filth.
Yep.
Timo Werner, what did you make of his performance as a whole?
So first of all, I am one of the fans that I'm delighted we've got him. I'm delighted. I think it could be one of the most inspired signings of the entire window. He started doing well. One of the things I did find during that game was Destiny and him have to work at that relationship. There was a couple of times where he was free and he just didn't know when to release it to him, like they did with Johnson and Porro. Obviously, he dragged that shot wide with a great ball from Skippy. That ball from Skippy was a thing of pure beauty. And then obviously he dragged it wide. Just come on, Timo. But he grew in the game.
Oh, we've lost Brian. Brian is suddenly
The Canadian
he's
Wi-Fi.
gone just the wrong
Yeah.
time. But it's worth bringing up that pass from Skippy, just because I wonder if you're not a Spurs fan, so you don't have the kind of background of your thoughts on Oliver Skipp, I wonder if you think he's not capable of that, and actually as an opponent fan, you're just like, oh, what a good player. But anyway, Brian's back now. More importantly, Brian's back. But
Right, where did I go when I was cut off? How far had I waffled on?
Skipping his
just
pass.
talked about Skippy's pass.
Okay, yeah, so Skipping his pass. Obviously, he dragged that shot wide, and you just like whack that in the back of the net and shut some people up. Obviously, dragged it wide, but then he grew in the game and he got the assist, didn't he? So it's his first game. He's not going to score a hat trick on his debut as much as we would have liked to. He's only had a few days training with us, and it's something to grow onto. I still think this guy comes good. I really think he's an inspired signing, and we'll have to wait and see. But an assist on your debut, can't say further than that.
Yeah. And Brian, I was surprised earlier, one of our callers, I can't remember who it was, said that they didn't think that Romero and Van der Ven were that great, like they looked kind of rusty, and I thought actually both of them were excellent. What did you think?
So Van der Ven, I think you saw in the first, I think it was the first half, where he tried to take someone on and he got robbed of the ball, and thankfully it didn't lead to anything.
Sure.
That, in the first half, I was a bit concerned about him, only with a couple of missteps like that. But then you saw in the second half some wonderfully timed tackles, some wonderfully timed heading, and he did that. When he started going down with cramp the first time, I thought get him off immediately. We kept him on. It came around a second point, and Romero looked at fault for one of the goals for just being too slow to react. And I think a lot of the joy they were getting in the first half may have been because the centre-backs weren't fully fit, and it was their first time back, and they needed to get adjusted. But they grew into the game, and Romero saw it through. Whereas Romero got stronger, I think Van der Ven got weaker. But it's to be expected, isn't it?
Sure.
True. Yeah. True. But the biggest debate has been about the right-hand side, Brennan Johnson. It's been really 50-50 in the chat. What did you make of his performance? Do you think long-term we are going to see something different from Brennan Johnson?
I think I'm a fan of Brennan's, and I'm defending him as much as I can, but I don't know how many times you can have good moments and then really, really iffy moments. There's certain parts where he looks like he's on it, and then parts where he's just like a fish out of water. And he's got, I think it is a whole confidence issue. If you look at it, he was the top dog at Nottingham Forest last season, and he was the go-to guy, and the expectations were him, and that was how high the expectations were set. Tottenham Hotspur is a different ball game. It's a different ball game. There's different demands. There's different. You need to be able to offer something different, and I'm just so worried that he's not getting these or taking these opportunities. I think he's still a little bit doubting himself. He just needs, one of those goals that just come off the post, hit him and goes in, or an assist that he completely mishits and it ends up leading to a goal. He just needs that slice of luck, because I really do believe, and I'm going to stick with him, that there's a player in there. But there's a lot of people here at the Scotland Yard that are actually thinking at one point, put Royale on a right back and move Porro up. Because you've got to remember now, the good thing that's happening is there's variety and flexibility where we can pull players we can move players into different positions. Porro, who we saw what he did at Liverpool, didn't we? Kulusevski wasn't having any joy. He came down, got one cross in, that Matip own goal. We've got options there, and Brennan Johnson needs to just believe in himself that bit more, have a bit more confidence, and hopefully once he gets one, it will set the ball rolling, because I really thought he would have against Wolves, but he just hasn't kicked on since then, has he?
So, Brian, you say that about Brendan Johnson. Do you think he needs to take a leaf out of Richarlison's book? Because the last, 5-6 games, Richarlison looks like a complete different player to the one that we're all used to.
Mate, who knows what he needs to do? I think, like I said, one of the things is self-belief is very, very hard to train someone, isn't it? That's all you. You're going to have to, or like Richarlison did and came out and said, I need help with something, which he got help, and kudos for him coming out and saying it. People will know my links to mental health and charities with that. So he did that. I don't know if it's that stage for Brennan, but Brennan has to believe in himself. I don't know if he needs Ange to give him a 5-minute talk like he does for transfers, and then he'll come out smelling the roses and then score a hat-trick. Maybe that's what he needs, but I think what else it is, you've got to look with Brennan. He's come in, there's been Brennan's son, Kulusevski. There's been Brennan's son. There's so many different variations that he's had to play with. Yes, he's a right winger and he should be able to know what to do. And now there's Timo Werner on the other side as well. I think there just needs to be some stability in that front line. And Johnson get the hang of it, and then I think he'll come good. But like we were doing with our defence when we had the injuries, we're now doing that with attack. Whether it be players coming back, injuries, players. Obviously, Son's gone to Asia, so hopefully once we get a settled front line, then it will come good. But then you say as soon as it will get settled, Son comes back and it unsettles it again. And obviously Son goes straight in, and then I think Werner definitely starts on the left, and then Johnson is gonna have to try. Or you say that now, Richarlison staying in the centre. It could be Son or Werner on the left. I don't know. He's got to buck his ideas up a bit, hasn't he?
Let's see what happens, I guess. So Charlie Eccleshare has tweeted, says, I think that's the proudest Postecoglou has been after any game this season. The character the team showed, despite the adversity of the injuries and sickness bug, clearly meant a huge amount to him. So this sickness bug has obviously affected the squad more than we knew about. And I think gives extra kind of kudos to the result today. But also, the desire and ability to keep coming back from adversity is something we need to mention, don't you think?
Well, we do, and Joe, we just, no matter what happened, 1-0 down, we carried on playing our football. We got the equaliser. 2-1 down, carried on playing football, and obviously got our equaliser right at the start. And in the second half, with just that weight of pass being correct or breaking that offside trap, this could have been a very, very different score. Like I said, people like Ollie Skip, who comes in for a world of being singled out for being poor, and I've done it. I won't get away from that. I've done it. But today he stood tall. Players stood tall, and you can see the desire to play for Ange and to play for Tottenham again. And everything is starting to look rosy with the players coming back as well. So Ange has every right to be feeling like he is. The players did everything they could. And like I said, if someone had said to me at the beginning of the season, before a ball was kicked, you're taking 4 points off Manchester United this season, I would have taken it.
Yeah, and damn right. And also, TNT Sports have tweeted, Richarlison has scored more Premier League goals, 7, than any Arsenal player this season. Let's not forget, this is the team, Arsenal, who are definitely going to win the title this season and definitely have the best front three in the Premier League and are so much better than Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, I think part of it as well, I think people have got to stop. This is where people have now got to stop saying this stuff about Richarlison. Yes, he may not be the silkiest of strikers like a Berbatov. He may not be as clinical as a Kane. But he's now, everyone was saying he couldn't score to save his life. Well, he's saving many lives now, and he can't stop scoring. Yes, he could have probably had more. You look at the Brighton game with the offsides. But aerially, we've seen from crosses, he's always been a threat, and he's getting the goals. And he's doing this. I think his hold-up play at most of the point was spot on as well today. I think there is a lot more criticism that Richarlison is warranted right now.
Yeah, and I think he will benefit possibly more than anyone else from James Maddison's return.
Well, the thing is, right, Richarlison is 10th on the list in the Premier League, right? Now, Ollie Watkins, everyone would agree, is having a good season.
Great season.
He's only 2 goals behind him.
That's
so
it.
it says a lot, doesn't it? Really, and I think a lot of us Spurs fans probably got to take our tinted glasses off from last year and actually judge him on what he's doing now. So I couldn't agree with you a lot more.
But when you look at it, when they said it, Richarlison, if you look at it, you said 7 goals recently. They've all come apart from the Sheffield United goal, they've all come in this little period he's had playing. It's the longest run he's had playing up front.
True.
And who would have known the longest run playing in the position he wants to has brought goals? Who would have thought it? But listen, long may it continue. We've got the game becoming thick and fast. And you know what? We go into games now, and people should be thinking, right, Richie's up front. He's going to be good for a goal or two. Not, oh, here we go. He can't score to save his life. He's putting the ball away, and he needs credit given to him.
And I think, like I said, obviously he'll benefit from Maddison coming back, but he'll also benefit from Decky Kulusevski going back to the right and whipping in those crosses for the goals, like the goal he scored against, I think, Forest. Was it Forest away? Forest, yeah. So, listen, Brian, I'm just going to end on this one with you. Apparently, Danny Rose was sat with the Spurs fans at Old Trafford for this afternoon's game. I love a bit of that. I love all of that.
You got to. Maybe he was Googling the fans' names to make sure he was sitting next to the right people.
Nah, he knew them.
He was certainly Googling Jagasheen's name. Brian, thanks so much for calling in, mate. Go and have a few more beers. And
I won't be having beers. I won't be having beers. That's for damn. I have a few more Coca-Colas. That's for damn sure.
Top man, have a few more Coca-Colas. Enjoy.
I will do, guys. See you later, peeps. Bye bye.
Top man. Yeah, really good. Some really good points from Brian there. Let's go back to the comments a little bit here. Obviously struggling to get some more stats as well, mate, because you're our stat king. But yeah, Sonny Davis says FA Cup. I agree. Whoever wins that game are going to win the cup. That's what I feel about it. Denish Subit says Rishi is a 6-yard box striker, needs more service. Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying. Once the kind of all of our best players come in with the service, I think he will continue to score, and I'm still backing him to get 15 league goals. You heard it here first.
Well, Pedro Porro is 4th on the assist list at the moment with 7. He's behind Neto, Watkins, and Salah.
Blimey, Neto had a good start then because he's been injured. For the last,
Neto's stats are unbelievable.
Yeah. Sonny Davis says, big love to the legend KPV, big chat, I'm with you. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm just going through the things now. Udogi, John G. Udogi was man of the match. Now, I don't think Udogi was man of the match because I think Bentancur or Richarlison were close for me, but I do think Udogi, in terms of young left backs, I can't think of many, certainly not in the Premier League, who are any better. And I've said it last game, I'll say it again. He will be in that Premier League team of the season, in my opinion, and I think he might win Young Player of the Year.
Well, if I was Italian and I'm seeing those performances that he's producing week in, week out, you're looking at it going, oh my God, we've got a good left back on our hands for the next at least 10 years. Yeah. And they haven't had a great fullback for years. So it's kind of going, that defence, you know, Italy could be making a comeback in a few years.
Are you going full beans in and saying that Destiny Udogi is the next Paolo Maldini? Is that what you're saying?
Well, left back wise, probably.
Can I just say in terms
of centre back?
Can I just say in terms of, but Maldini was a left back and then changed into a centre back. But in terms of modern left backs, his ability to, what he does so brilliantly is when he sees an opportunity, he will cut inside the person pressing him and drive down the middle of the pitch. Not many left backs do that. He has so much pace as well to do that.
Yeah, my biggest worry when the season started was when his agent came out and was like, it's going to be, it's going to be different for him because he's never really played in a back four before.
Yeah.
And he was getting ready for the excuses, and there are a few teams still looking at him, who play a back three. But he seems to have settled into a back four like he's played it all his life.
Duck to water. I think Ange just gives them all the confidence to play at their very best potential. Ho LA Spurs says Rishi and Basuma were done disservice by Conte. Glad that dude is gone. I mean, I have to say, Conte, I think is looking. I think Conte is looking like the worst. Like he's come out of this looking bad.
Well, not yes and no. Basuma in the since he got the sending off, Basuma has looked like the man that played under Conte.
But he's had to play with Højbjerg and
but this is what I'm saying. Last year with Conte, that's what Conte had.
Right, I see.
So you have to then go and take that in consideration. Yeah. Where you kind of go with Conte, where he did do a disservice with someone like Pape Sarr.
Oh, totally.
Right?
Totally.
But you got to remember, for me, if Conte and Ange had the same sort, let's be with the injuries, right, and everything that happened after the 10th game, Ange and Conte had the exact same team, right? And Conte had that, Conte had us what? I know everyone goes, when he got sacked, we weren't that many points off fourth.
Yeah, we're fourth.
Right?
I think we were fourth.
We were fourth, but I think Man United had how many games in hand over us, right? So we weren't that far behind, right? But where Ange was slightly different is where, yeah, we're playing this attacking football, but we're still losing games.
Yeah.
So it was like, you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. It was just terrible football, which was the problem.
Oh, it was horrible.
It was horrible
It was
football.
horrible.
But Ange is doing wonders with what he's got at his disposal at the moment. Right, and I take the last 10 games, there was a lot of defeats in there. And there was starting to become a point where we're starting to criticise Ange for not being able to adjust for the players he had at his disposal, because he didn't have these best players and he was exposing them a lot. And that's why we're losing the games 2-1, making mistakes, and they weren't controlling it. But since these players have started to come back, you just have to look at it and go, you know, Conte didn't have a Van der Ven, you know, he didn't have a Maddison, he didn't have them players. So you just take it with what it is. And I get what people are saying, but we were still losing games with the Conte side, with the players that Conte had.
Yeah.
Under Ange.
Okay, guys, just so you know, at home, we're heading into kind of our last 10 minutes. So if you want to call up now. It's your last chance. Tony Rodriguez, one of our members, thank you so much, mate. He says, Romero, man of the match. I've said it, I'll say it again. I thought Romero just gave us so much on the ball that we've been missing. Just an unbelievable footballer. Super chat from Espen Anderson. Thank you so much for your super chat, Espen. Really appreciate that. Best 11 when everyone is fit. Marlon, let's both give one of those, and we'll go with you first.
Okay, so Vicario.
Yeah.
Pedro Porro.
Yeah.
Destiny Udogie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of the Dragon, I'm going to call him, to say that he fits in. So I'm always going to pick Romero.
Yeah.
So it's between Van der Ven. I'm going to pick Van der Ven.
Yeah.
Bentancur.
Yeah.
Sarr.
Yeah.
Maddison.
Yeah.
Sonny.
Yeah.
Richie.
Yeah.
And I'm between, and it's only because I'm looking at my team.
Yeah.
Kulu's probably the one I'm going to go for, but if I'm looking at it because of the players that I've got and what I want to do, I would stick Brennan Johnson on the right instead of Kulu.
Okay, so I think we're all the same there.
Yep.
Except I think in my midfield, I have Bentancur, Maddison in the 10, and you went Sarr.
I went Sarr.
But who am I missing out? Who am I?
Bissouma. And
so I think I'm going Bissouma, Bentancur, Maddison.
Now, the reason why I didn't pick Bissouma over Sarr is because you saw the difference. And again, when the suspensions came in, when Bissouma came back, nothing changed.
Yeah.
But when Sarr came back from that injury, everything with Ange Ball fell into place.
It did in that one game, but the game, which was the second game back, the first game back,
Bournemouth he was good. Everton he was good. And then he got injured against Bournemouth, but he started off, and that's what I think with Ange Ball, his energy in that midfield. I just think he brings something slightly different to that number 8 role that I don't think Bissouma can do.
Yeah, he definitely brings legs, definitely brings engine.
Yeah. So, and that's the reason why I went for Sarr, because I think him and Bentancur will be brilliant together. When Bissouma is back, if you're asking me if I had to pick if Bissouma and Bentancur were together, I'd actually put Bentancur in the 8 because he has more legs about him than Bissouma. I think Bissouma has to be the 6.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
After what Bentancur was doing today, I cannot put him. I have to put him in that. He's just too good for me.
Definitely. Espen, I hope that answers your question. Yeah. We were pretty close, but I've gone for Bissouma. Simon Kerwood has given a super chat. Thank you so much, Simon. Try and calibrate this and translate this for me. Does anyone else think Dutchy claimed crap to bring the Dragon on as planned? So excited. Midfield all overseas injured though. Can't wait until we are all on. What does that mean?
So something about bringing on.
I think he's saying, do you think the Dutchy Van der Ven claimed to have cramp to bring on the Dragon? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, and he said, and then Simon's written, sorry, cramp. No, I don't. I think he just got cramp.
Yeah. But he went to 3. Ange did go to the back 3.
That really surprised me. Because you said earlier on, like, do you think he'll go to 3? And I was like, no, I've not seen him do that once. But then he did it. Because that goes against everyone saying Ange is too stubborn.
No, and you know what? I could see it working because of what we had today. Because we had Højbjerg, Skip, and Bentancur in the middle, it just wasn't. It wasn't that cohesion. But actually, Brian brought up a great point. Towards the end of the game, them three was working, but I think it was down to because he was able to have them as a free. It meant we were a bit more solid, and we weren't gonna, we don't have the Dyers and Ben Davises in there as a back three. And I think that's what he's going to do with the Dragon, is that there'll be some games I think we'll personally play free. Or Van der Ven will play at left back to give Udogie a rest. Because Udogie's played too many games.
Udogie needs to have a rest.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for all of your messages, for all of your calls, and for watching the watch along. As ever, please, most importantly, if you're not already, press that subscribe button on We Are Tottenham TV. Press the bell so you know when they're releasing their content. It's so good. They're really amazing. Make sure you keep watching and supporting them. My handle is in the title, @BarnabySlater_. I do a daily Spurs podcast called The Spurred On Podcast. Check it out, @BarnabySlater_. And if you like your podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, just search for The Spurred On Podcast. Give me a follow or subscribe. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you so much. And more importantly, even than that, Marlon is at Southview Coys on YouTube. It's pinned in the live chat, but it's at Southview Coys on YouTube. They're close to 2,000 subs. Get them over the line. Get them earning that sweet, sweet cash so they can continue to make great content for you. And Marlon, thank you for joining me today. It's been a great result. I'd like to end by thanking Scott McTominay for missing an absolute gilt-edged sitter from 6 yards out with the last kick of the game.
Yep.
You nearly ruined my weekend and my next week. Thank you for not doing it. Most importantly, come on, you Spurs.
Spurs.